Recording in progress.
All right, y'all. Welcome to Scratched Up Live, number 33. I'm your host, Derek Obscure, and we're going to get right into it. We are doing an interview with Almighty M80. Getting into it right about now, my friends. Just let me set up everything here. Thank you for being patient, Almighty. Alright. Intro music out. We are all business today, you guys. Like I said, I'm your host, Derek Obscure. This is Scratched Up Live number 33. Your first stop for hip-hop discussion and production. Alright. Let's see here. Need to get my shit ready. And gonna pop open the Zoom. We're going to admit Thaddeus McDougal. Thaddeus McDougal.
Thaddeus McDougal.
McDougal! What's up? Almighty M80, the A&R extraordinaire, the one and fucking only, my man.
I think it's only right we do this since half your YouTube channel is dedicated to me.
Fuck yes, dude. Thank you
Nice
so
to meet you.
much. Thank you so much. All right, so how about you give the the viewers a little background, who you are, what you've done, like specific. Well, just start with who are you? What's your background in hip hop?
My name is Matthew M80 Markoff. I am a former artist turned world's greatest hip hop executive and A&R. I started off my rap career in the early 90s. I have 10 plus albums to my credit as M80 with the Wu-Tang family offshoot Almighty, and as a member of Toledo, Ohio's own Glass City. I have toured all of America and many international countries. I began A&Ring records for Wu-Tang in 2004, 2005. My first release was Wu-Tang Meets the Indie Culture, which was the second highest selling independent album across all genres of music in 2005. And from there, that spawned me into a world of, we want to work with that guy. That brought me clients like Redman and Dog Pound and Snoop and Crooked Eye and Planet Asia, and the list goes on and on and on. And I built Holy Tweeter Productions, the world's first ever A&R firm, to a company with over 200 clients to date that I offer a myriad of services for, including album construction, legal admin, label and distribution shopping, PR coordination, tour coordination, so on and so forth. And that is me in the present day, just kicking ass and taking names like it's my job.
All right. So that's a lot. That's a lot.
It is.
Under the A&R banner, because people say, like, everybody knows the term A&R, but most people don't know what the hell an A&R is doing. Could you help break that down?
If I can interject, traditionally an A&R is someone that's hired by a record label. A&Rs were part of major labels, and their job was to go out, seek talent, then in the meetings deliver, here are my findings. Till an executive or executive board would say, okay, we'll bring this person in for a meeting. That is a typical A&R job for an A&R that is hired by a record label. I have worked for record labels in the past, but I've also, this is at the same time where Holy Toledo Productions, my company, was already a thing. So I started the world's first ever independent A&R firm where, yes, I will go out and find talent too, and build, it's usually like one artist a year that I will, like, I believe in you, I will render my services and do my job and know the money will come. The other 99% of the time, I am for hire. So 85% of the time, artists hire me, and my job is to build their albums, like chart a course of what's going to get them to their goal. do the legal, shop the label and distribution deals. That's when an artist hires me. The other 15% of the time is when a label hires me. So say a label will sign someone because they're buzzing, they're hot, whatever, but they're not necessarily ready for mass appeal for the mainstream market. So I will essentially be building the artist that's already signed to get them label ready or render services for an album already signed by a label.
Gotcha. Okay, so
Yep.
you are most of the time an independent A&R, getting projects from start to finish, conceived to out into the market, and
Yeah.
then
So
some of the other time working with labels directly.
I won't say the best results are rendered, but my personal like how I like to work, I want to be there from the inception. So not to say an artist can't come to me like, hey, I already have my album ready. I need admin, I need label and distribution, shopping services, blah, blah. They can do that. That's totally fine. Because I'm plugged in with the network of executives, with other A&Rs, with the labels, I prefer to help you build from step one, because it's nothing for me to contact all these labels, all these other A&Rs, and determine what they're looking for in a new project or new artist signing in any particular year, because the climate often changes. We've seen it's essentially gone back to full circle. The 90s, it was the best albums from the most talented artists, to the ringtone era, to the singles era, to the EPs, to the joint ventures, and now we're back to like I'm not necessarily going to say labels are looking for the most talented, because we're not back to that, but artists are now being signed again for full length albums, and that's where I really shine.
Right, right. That's something I really appreciate. As a hip hop fan, I have always appreciated just like the complete body of work. I call it like real albums are like bodies of work. So if you're,
Yes.
you're trying to be involved. Well, so let me get this. Are you're A&R, so like business side, but you want to be involved in the album? Are you helping the artist like with production? Are you in the studio like guiding the songs?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Like I was there every day for Wu-Tang Indie Culture. There's a lot of projects where if the proximity is right, I'm there making the records with you the entire time.
Right.
A lot of my clients are based outside. I live in California. They're based outside of California. They are, international. So it's like we'll do Zoom calls, we'll do the Instagram DMs, like that's just how that goes if the proximity isn't like doesn't make sense.
Right.
But other than that, yeah, I'm extremely hands-on with the making of all these records, like picking the beats with the artist, picking the features, aligning the studio combinations, anything and everything that delves into what we call A&R construction, the making of the project.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, my goal with this interview is to kind of like demystify what it is you do, because I know you get a lot of flack on the internet. People aren't really sure like what the hell is this white guy doing in hip hop.
I'm the world's most hated hip hop personality.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I see that.
I wear that with a badge of honor.
Right, and I see respect in that. I respect that. Like I said in my last video, you'll be honest when you're fucking somebody. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from you.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
I explain to people because Chino was one of the first people that ever asked me that. And Immortal Technique, after Chino passed, brought it up. He's like, you strike me as someone that, like, you don't tolerate any shit. And he's like, I know Chino gave you a lot of shit in his lifetime. So, like, why did you never kick him to the curb like I've seen you do with so many people? And I explained to Tech, I was like, Chi provided me like a sense of protection. Like I felt more comfortable in my own skin knowing that I could call him for anything and everything, like how I feel. I represent artists all over the gang flags, man.
Yeah.
I'm on the good side of blue. I'm on the good side of red. I'm on the good side of everything in between. That being said, it provides me a sense of comfort to kind of move how I move and talk how I talk and act how I act. But at the end of the day, I got to stand on my own 10, With Chino, though, it's like what the little shit that he did that I might have not been fans of. Like I remember one of our first dealings, I brokered a record deal for him with RBC Records. He got paid 100% up front and never turned the record in. And then I kind of like the label, since I brought it to the table, kind of made me feel responsible for getting them their money back.
Right.
But
Sounds familiar.
in that situation, he stiffed me on my commission. The commission's like $500, and
Okay.
I'm like, dude, like, I believe in you more than that $500. So that's an example of like, I'm gonna let this shit slide. But I've had falling out with artists that had nothing to do with money. Like, I worked your record and I was willing to do it for free because of the credit. Like, each credit, especially on a big record, gets me to the next check, and checks plural when it comes from other independents. So, example, I'm the executive producer of the Rakim album.
Right.
I told people, I'm like, that credit for me will equal at least another $100,000 in checks. The very next check I got post Rakim was 6 figures.
Yeah.
I am the A&R of the brand new Wu-Tang Clan album. Every Wu-Tang fan, every Wu-Tang like wannabe artist, that strives to be that, will come to me, and that's what they've been doing my whole career. So that's where all these clients come from, of name value, of people you've never heard of. That it's nothing for me to do my job. Like, I'm not the variable in the equation. Like, you get 100% of my job every time. It doesn't matter who you are. I'm that good at my job, knowing that, okay, yes, I can help you build your record. Yes, I can do the legal admin. Yes, I can shop your deals. Yes, I can coordinate your PR, your marketing, your publicity, your touring, whatever it is.
Right.
It's the artist has to be willing to work as hard as me. You can't just put it all on my shoulders. Like, you have to acknowledge, okay, great, I have M80 on the team now, and still have that same passion to win.
Right.
And examples like where it just didn't end up working out in the end, like Cannabis. I can't work harder than you at making you something. Cannabis was someone who always felt like his best days were behind him, and I firmly believe that we had better days ahead if he would have just stayed the course.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not something that's particular just to Cannabis. That's a problem with a lot of rap artists that kind of acknowledge how much work the road ahead has and get scared.
Right.
Like, they're not willing to commit to the work, even if everything else is great. The money's there, everything. Like, it is work. Like, people get into rap because they don't like school, or they don't want to have a 9 to 5, or blah, blah. This is a real life career. Like, this is not any easier than anything else you'd do. And working a 9 to 5 is easier. At least you can be on and off shift. I'm on from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to sleep.
Right. Well,
that
yeah.
phone never goes off.
Right. People, I think they lose the passion. I think that's a big part of it. Everybody's really excited when they start, but how are you feeling 10 years in? Like, it'll really show the people that are really in it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So you've kind of touched, I got a couple questions written down here. You kind of touched on one of them. Like I said, my goal here is to help demystify some of these questions. All the plaques.
I got a question for you.
Please. Yeah.
Is that Braille behind you?
Oh, no, this is an analog synthesizer.
Okay. All right. That's my question.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm learning how to use
Braille Playboy?
Yeah, it's Braille porn, dude. That might be something. That might be a good business. Right. So yeah, the plaques on your walls, they're legit as fuck, and clearly you've somewhat answered that. You get your name on those records, and that helps you get those plaques, because that helps. That's a big selling point, like visually. Yeah.
So the majority of those plaques, there's some. Okay, it's like 50-50. There's half of those that are records I was the executive producer, A&R. Okay.
Yeah.
Then there's other halves like DMX and Mercules and Eminem and ASAP Rocky and the likes, where I was tapped to do a song, like singular. But again, that's still part of the album.
Right. Yeah.
So like Bath Salts for DMX. That was Grammy nominated. That song, that DMX verse had to be licensed. It was a older DMX verse. And I guess we'll touch upon that with the licensing catalog. That's, an example of the benefits of verse licensing. I did the A&R administration on A$AP Rocky's Electric Body from the second album. That record went on to sell 1 million records. Thank you. It's not my favorite song on the album, but it's a great song. My favorite song is the Holy Ghost song with Joe Fox, the very first song.
Yeah.
Eminem, we did 3 songs that day in the studio with Eminem and Crooked Eye, and this was in 2014, and these didn't come out till years later in 2020 or later.
Yeah.
But one of those 3 ended up becoming the song "I Will" or "Will Kill," I call it, um, which is with Slaughterhouse minus Joe Budden, and that's again my contribution. Like I'm credited for the work, I get paid for the work, all good.
Fuck yeah, dude. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Super glad to be talking to you. Let's see here. So, you've actually kind of touched on most of these. So here we go. We haven't talked about the new subscription service. Is there, maybe give your little spiel about that? Your elevator pitch about the subscription service?
Sure. So since 2007, I've been building this verse licensing catalog. And these are verses that I own the master and copyrights to. And people ask me all the time, like, how is this even legal? People fail to understand that I can put whatever words I want in the contract, and the artist can sign it or not sign it and choose to get paid and do the work. So different from a typical guest artist sign off. There's language in my verse acquisition agreements that tend to assignment and transferability, master and copyright ownership. Those 2 clauses are what makes this practice legal. You don't see that language in your typical guest artist acquisition contract when you're getting a verse for your specific album to only be intended for use on that record. So that answers the legal question that everyone has. How is this legal? Like, because people are like, this seems shady as fuck. It's not. Like, people invent the system as they go. Like they say, the Cash Money deal with Universal was like unprecedented. These were dudes that didn't study the business of music. They just went into a meeting and asked for something that they thought was fair for them. So it's like I invented a practice that I thought was fair for me. At the time, in the early 2000s, when I was making my records, you could literally justify paying an artist, like $1,500 for a verse, and then sell your CDs, your physicals. Digital just became a thing, and be like, I sold 1,500 singles, so the whatever you spent was justified. Now with the system I've invented, it's kind of like a safety net. So say I spend $50,000 making a particular album and we make 20 grand back. Okay, well now can I essentially piece it apart, sell it, license it, that kind of shit, and make my money back over time? And that was the gist behind why this was a good thing for me, because I don't want to cheap out on the project. I don't want to, like, there's only so many favors you can ask for. There's only so many corners you can cut when you're making a product you want to really stand behind and say it's amazing and, like, this is so and so's best work and it's whatever. Um, I think all my projects I've worked for, regardless of who the client is, Crooked Eye or Planet Asia or Wu Tang or you name it, they're all phenomenal projects. But it's nice knowing that if the fan support isn't there, if I'm the one financing the records, or even, if it's the artist financing it and I'm being paid, which is what's supposed to happen is for my retainer, that there is life, at the end of the tunnel. Right. There is some kind of furtherance. So I've taken like 80% of my catalog. I purposely left off some of the biggest names.
Mm-hmm.
Because I still want to get top dollar for those names, like Snoop Dogg, like, like Nate Dogg or whatever it might be, But you now have the ability at home to spend very minimal. Every verse in this catalog that's included was between $500 and $8,500. That's what I would sell them for individually. So, for instance, someone called me today that's oblivious to the fact I launched this company, and they wanted a verse, and it's in my catalog at $4,500. Now, I could tell them, hey, just go to the website, and you could pick this verse with a subscription and pay like $800 for 6 months and get 7 of the verses. But it's not my job to do that if they don't know that I'm promoting this shit every day. I'll take the 4,500.
Right.
Okay. It benefits all those artists, producers, DJs, mixers, whatever, across all genres of music. I mean, you could be a rock artist and want to have a song with KRS-One, So they can save money with the verses, spend more money on everything else associated to making their records as big as possible. Video production, marketing, ads, all the stuff that artists typically don't engage in, and why they never really reach their full potential when it comes to selling their album.
Yeah. Um. So my question for you is: well, I have a couple questions. Do you
Yeah.
foresee this type of business model be like trickling up to larger record corporations, record companies? Because that's where I kind of see like an
When
issue is like if the big companies start to do it, and it's like, well, we just got like 20 recycled verses this year from everybody, you know?
so there are record labels that do it.
Okay.
Um, they're like Cleopatra Records maintains one of the largest verse licensing catalogs in the world. And how they do it is every album they sign is a master ownership deal. So when you turn in your album, you're turning in the acapellas, you're turning in the instrumentals. They can sell the beats, they can sell the verses, but they don't advertise it like
Right.
me.
Right.
They're
Right.
waiting for people just to acknowledge that this exists. For me, this is a huge part of my yearly income.
Mm-hmm.
So, someone remarked on one of my posts the other day, like, I don't see how this is a successful business model. And I was like, what would you do with an extra $250,000 to $500,000 a year? They're like, that would change my life. I'm like, well, that's my life.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the person's
So
just doesn't have a good point at all.
yeah, so like now look, and that's me. Like for instance, last year for the first time ever, I marked every verse down to $500. Didn't matter if it was 8,500, 4,000. Everything's $500. Here you go.
Mm,
We sold over 500 verses. That's over $250,000.
yeah.
Then we did 12 months of beats and features packs. Okay, that's an extra couple $100,000.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you want me to be upset about this? Like, you want me to feel bad that I can fucking put my family under a multi-million-dollar roof? Good luck.
So, I'm assuming you've had artists come to you with lawyers and be like, "Yo, you gotta stop selling my verses." Has that happened?
Um, no,
It
but I've
has.
had
Okay.
artists call me and say, if I'm doing this verse for you, regardless of the paperwork, I just want it to be for this project. Anytime you need a new verse for me, you can call me anytime you want. I do not want to be part of your catalog, and I've respected those. There's few. It's like 4 or 5 total ever.
Okay.
I've respected their wishes, and they're not a part of the catalog.
Right.
All the rest are.
Yeah. I think that's all that anybody could really ask for. You paid for the verses, and they signed a contract with the language in it that says what you can do with it. And
Yeah.
if they come to you and ask you not to include them in your catalog, you take them out.
Yeah. And we do two different forms of paper. So for the artists that are featured in our beats and features packs, we do a contract that's very specific to the fact it's being included in the beats and features packs, and then we own it for a lifetime and can be repurposed however we want. For every other artist that is just part of the catalog, that's my standard agreement that I use for the albums and for everything else.
Okay.
So that way there's zero confusion. So I can include an artist in the beats and features packs that didn't sign a beats and features doc, but typically when we have someone that we come across to for the beats and features packs, they know what it is. So they will ask us. So say Ritz, here's a good example.
Mm-hmm.
Ritz, if you hit him up for a verse, might charge you $2,500 to $3,500. Okay.
Yeah.
Ritz, I'm going to put you in this beats and features pack. What's that mean? Okay, it means that many people can license it. How many do you think? On average, we're selling 100 to 400 packs per launch. Okay, that being said, give me 10 grand. So he's charging a fee commensurate of doing the verse, approving its licensing, and knowing that, like I said, through the subscription service, there's no future royalty owed to the artist.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm giving everyone 100% commercial rights, so there's no cap. In every beats and features pack we've ever done, there's tiers, there's caps. You have like the basic license, you have the unlimited license, so on and so forth. So you could be capped at your streams or sales. So Ritz is a good example of someone that like I acknowledge the system and I'm going to charge more. Twister's another good example. Like we paid him essentially double to have his name as a part of the catalog and be able, and that's, I'm totally okay with artists negotiating however they want to negotiate as long as they understand what like the application of it. In fact, Busy Bone, at first we wanted him for a pack and he was opposed to it.
Mm-hmm.
Then came back to us. Like it was like we completely forgot we even talked to him. Came back to us like, hey, I want to do this, but I want to negotiate points. He's the first ever artist we let negotiate points on the pack.
What's points?
Like a point, like a royalty.
Okay.
So he got paid up front, plus and he promoted the pack. So the better the pack did, the more back end money he made, like artists with their record deals.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there you have it. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't get why people are so fucking pissed. I mean, people are pissed because you have fiery energy, so they're giving it back.
I can play devil's advocate with it since it's my brainchild. The people that resonate with me with their disdain is this is a super violation of artistic integrity. This person did this verse for this song, and then anyone else can just have it. And some people make great art and others don't. I can't police that. Okay. So I understand that side of it. The people who say it's a scam. Now, look, there are scammers out there. There are many companies that have stolen from me. Now, I've tried to police that as best as possible. So I own the intellectual property to the contracts. I registered it. It's mine. And now all these other companies use it. They have to pay me. I own the service marks, trademarks, and word marks to Beats and Features packs. So you see Legion Beats doing it, Anno Domini doing it, Wishmaster, Big Shot Beats. These companies have to pay me. Okay, I want an upfront fee for you to use my IP and my service marks, and I want a royalty. Here's a good example. For 3 years, I built this company up called Temper Beats. Okay, the guys in the United Kingdom. These dudes have no fucking connection to the American world of hip hop. Like, you can be a fan all you want. I'm not gonna say no, you can't. But I built this dude's company. He comes to America and meets this guy named DJ Flip. DJ Flip decides he wants to work with Temper on these Beats and Features packs. So they meet with me. I give them the whole layout of what I do. And then next thing you know, they announce that they're going off on their own and they're like, we don't need you. And that's fine, but you still have to pay me. They're like, pay you for what? Like, we're going to go get the artists ourselves. I'm like, that's totally fine. You have to pay me. Again, for what? The contracts you're using are mine. They literally just took Holy Twitter Productions off, put their name on it. It's still mine.
Right.
Even if you change any part of it, it's still mine.
Yeah.
Then you're using Beats and Features packs. I own it. So I wrote, they sent me $1,000. I woke up one morning, I had $1,000 in my bank account. I called them like, what is this? Oh, that's for your troubles. I sent it right back. I'm like, yes, you don't get to call the shots here. I want $3,500 to $7,500 every time you drop a pack, and I want a 5% royalty. And they've violated the cease and desist sentence. So I try to, nothing about my life is easy at all. I mean, I got lawsuits galore, I got work galore.
People are not
but
easy.
the lawsuits are nothing to do with this licensing shit.
Yeah.
Just in my normal form of business. So I have this Fat Beats lawsuit, and I got the Chino XL family lawsuit and other shit that is going on. So as soon as this Fat Beats lawsuit is done, I'm filing my suit against Temper and Flip. And I'm proud that they fucking violated the cease and desist and done a dozen more packs and continue to use everything that I own. So now when I sue them for millions of dollars, it's justified and they'll end up settling with me for probably somewhere in the six-figure realm. But you can't beat the system. You can't use me to build your shit knowing that I invented the shit and act like you're going to cut me out.
Right.
Like, I am the originator of the dope. You don't get to sell dope and act like I don't exist. I'm the king of New York of this shit.
Well, there you go, bro. Can I call you Kingpin? You
can call me Frank White.
All right, there we go. I'll call you Frank White, man.
There you go.
Well, all right, man. So that's fascinating. So not only have you monetized your verse catalog, but you've monetized your business itself. What?
Yes.
So and you have helped set up.
So I know the subscription service will work. It's like I expected it to be doing bigger numbers in its first few weeks, but people are still learning the intricacies. See, when we sell these Beats and Features packs, we sell them to hundreds of people. So people think that like, oh, all these verses in here are from the packs. They're not. There's like 40 of like 220 verses. The average verse on my catalog has been licensed less than 10 times.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, if I get this Beats and Features pack for $200, why would I want to buy any 3 verses from your catalog on a trial for $600 or a subscription for $800 or $1,200 or whatever it is? They're totally missing the point that there's more of exclusivity when you're picking from the catalog. And with me in charge of the customer service, the majority of verses, I have multiples. Like there's like 7 Ghostface verses, there's 15 Kill Priest verses, there's 10 Cannabis verses, so on and so forth. 3 Big Daddy Kane's, 3 KRS-Ones. I'm helping you pick the best shit for your specific record or project. I'm not just giving you something and saying, here it is, have at it. That's what you get from the Beats and Features packs. So both business models in conjunction will still become extremely profitable, and I will continue to sell individual verses. Like I said, someone wrote me today, wanted to buy something for $4,500 that they could have bought on the website for like 200.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to talk myself out of the $4,500 check. I will continue to run every facet of the operation, but artists, especially EDM artists, especially upcoming rap artists, thank me day in and day out, dude. They're getting more show bookings, they're getting increased streams, sales, label attention, all the things. And the fact that I've had clients that have invested like 10 grand and made like 6 figures, that's a testament in itself. I'm never gonna fucking bash my own company when stats like that exist.
Right, right. I unfortunately only have the free version of Zoom right now, so we have 10 minutes left. But I don't have too many. Yeah, I don't have too many questions left, anyways. I mean, I'm willing to talk forever, but well, are you? So here's another question, kind of piggybacking off my other question of DC foresee this business like model being picked up by more major record companies, which you said some already have. But are you trying?
Rock Nation tried to buy the subscription service.
Oh, yours?
Yeah, I said no. $500,000.
Interesting. They tried to buy it.
Why would I sell you something for $500,000? Look,
interesting.
I will make that $500,000.
Do you have some of their artists' verses on the catalog? Are they trying to buy back their artists' verses or something?
No. Remember, they don't own any of the artist past catalog. It's like a management label company.
Okay.
But it's a working business practice. Now, if Rock Nation launched their own, it'd be insanely successful. Who wouldn't want an A$AP Rocky verse or a J. Cole verse or a Jay-Z verse or a whoever?
Right.
Like everyone.
Well, so, I'm not gonna lie. That's a bit of my fear because, like, as a consumer of hip hop, like, I don't want to hear the same A$AP Rocky verse 3 times in 1 year, you know. So,
but you might appreciate it if someone made a good song.
Yeah, I'm not opposed.
I understand what you're saying. I understand, like, hey, it's the same verse, but like, what if Deadmau5 makes a fucking remix and it's like, yo, I've never heard it like that or even pictured it like that? Yeah. So
yes,
I did a Snoop Dogg license.
I see what you're saying. Yes.
Yes, I did a Snoop Dogg license for like this Latin trap artist that's coming out in April.
Yeah.
I never envisioned hearing the verse like that.
Right.
So it's like a whole new thing. Now with the Beats and Features packs, that's a little redundant because a lot of people buy the basics, so they have to use the verse on the beat it's provided. When you get, for my shit, put it on any beat you want.
Mm-hmm.
When you get the Beats and Features packs and purchase the unlimited rights, you can do that. You get the stems, the whole 9. So the redundancy comes in like, okay, here's 15 people or more that use the same verse on the same beat and and it just has, different vocals from them.
Yeah.
Other than that, dude, we've opened up a floodgate of creativity.
Yeah, no,
the fact that people win with this shit, I'm all for.
I see what you're saying. For example, there's this viral video of Denzel Curry doing a freestyle, but they put Kendrick Lamar's TV Off beat underneath it, and the songs are like 5 years apart. But people on the internet found out that this Denzel Curry verse from 5 years ago sounds incredible over the TV Off beat that came out last year.
Right.
And it's like a whole new thing. It's like a whole new song. Same verse from 5 years ago.
Dude, we're releasing a whole remix project of the Rakim album produced by Big Ghost.
Okay.
And it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like he reworked the verses, the beats, and it's like I love the inspiration behind it. And it's not about the fucking money. Like we're probably gonna do like 2,000 units. So it's like a limited like collector's piece. But it's just fucking dope. The reimagination, the recreation of shit. And again, not everyone makes it work for them. There are shitty artists that make shitty songs that just like, dude, there's a whole Onyx album. I don't remember the name of the album. All the guest verses came from my catalog. Whoever mixed this album and produced it had no idea how to beat map, how to do the BPM matching. Right. They just threw these shits on there. None of the verses even fit. It's absolute shit. So even big names can fuck it up when they're not in charge of their product. But for the most part, people that genuinely care about winning and making the best records, and like that's what people don't understand. These records help you get on in your locality. They can get you regional and national exposure. They can get you where you're trying to go. Sky's the limit. Yeah. Like people without ambition just think this shit is the devil and refusing to do the education and knowledge of the business practice. I get it. You love hip hop so you can act stupid. Like Like I went to law school so I could actually master the business of music.
So,
A lot of people can't say they did the same.
do you
So it's
have
like
a
when
degree?
people are, I do. I
Okay,
have a Juris Doctorate.
nice. Okay.
Yeah, Doctor Motherfucking Markoff, you're talking to here.
Shit, bro, you add that to your branding, dude.
I got a certificate from Harvard too. I did a Harvard certificate program during COVID. I utilized the fuck out of my time. I wrote the cannabis disaster book. I wrote another book. I was saying we were doing limited product for Crooked Eye and Kill Priest. I was just as busy during COVID as I was as if nothing happened.
Yeah. Well, no, you're certainly a creative dude, and we need as much creativity in this world as we can get.
And I can explain why. I work with lots of artists that are essentially resting on their laurels. Like I had a classic debut album. I can still tour off that album. I didn't want to be that. I want to have a new success story every day I go to work. You know, like I expect to win. So, okay, executive producer Rakim album, Pat Self on Back, Grammy nomination, Wu-Tang album, keep it going. Like, so when I die, what am I remembered for? Thousands of important things versus he had an awesome album in 1998.
Right. Fantastic, dude. I'm inspired. I'm inspired by you, bro. Not gonna lie. But we got 4 minutes left. I'm out of questions, man. So, do you got any questions for me? Maybe is that fair? You
I
pass it to me.
don't, but I appreciate all your coverage on the cannabis situation.
Yeah.
That's like I think you got it. And a lot of his fans did, but they're so diehard cannabis and he can do no wrong. They just hate to acknowledge it. Dude, if this guy was a fucking man, he'd either turn in the raps or give the money back.
Yeah.
But like him promising to give the people their money back and then not. Again, I don't owe these people shit, but it's like I'm not going to let them fucking look at me like I'm the one who connected the dots and therefore I have something to do with them not getting their shit. I'll make it right, dude, every fucking time. Like,
yeah.
All my business is above board on the level. Like, the fact that people still think cannabis is going to be releasing music, yeah, now he fucking can because I got him out of his contract.
Right.
But if he would have released anything, even a single, it would have been shut down. Anything under his name, like he had announced in like the end of August, he was going to release something September 11th. Did you ever get a September 11th cannabis song? No. It would have got shut down the same day. When the day after Chino died, when some label released like a Chino EP that was fake, like song titles incorrect, album title incorrect, we got that shit shut down the same day.
Yeah.
You can't play with the system. Like if my shit wasn't above board, none of this would fly.
Right. Right.
Okay, so it's legit. It's not a scam because of my education, because of the words and terms I put in the contract, because of how I take care of the artists. You're never going to find an artist in the world that's going to be like, M80 didn't pay me. That doesn't exist. The money shit's never been an issue. You get paid, I get paid. The fucking world keeps turning.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But when I make more in the long run, it's because I did the longevity's worth of work.
Right. Yeah, I really found like the whole cannabis saga so entertaining. I caught on to it from just like a Reddit post on Hip Hop Heads, like right when I started this channel, and the response I got from the cannabis fans after one little video was insane. So I just kept digging and digging, and to the point where I'm
responsible for over half this man's career.
Since
so
when?
It's like, clear. I executive produced an A&R to every cannabis album from 09 on. We're talking dozens of albums.
Yeah. I didn't know the relationship with that.
I've booked over 200 cannabis shows. I'm responsible for over 200 cannabis features. I'm responsible for his DVD. Like all that shit is Holy Toledo Productions, Matt Markoff. I'm responsible for several of his record deals. Like, so fans, no one's acting like I wasn't a good thing in his life. They're just mad that like the ship didn't sail into its glory.
Right.
And it's not because of me.
It's not your fault.
Look at all the deals I had on the table for him.
Yeah. It's certainly not your fault. It sounded like he had 1 foot in and 1 foot out. It was very clear.
Be two or none, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if you just want to be a rapper that gets paid to do features, then be that guy. But taking money from several people to do albums and then not turning it in is a scam. You taking pre-order for an album that we all know is never coming out, and then acting like your baby mama stole the money is a scam. Like
that's a 40,000
people.
Is that
Yeah,
the
that's
40?
the 40.
Yeah, that one blew
And
my
bro,
mind,
even
dude.
before me, if you ever talk to K Solo is one of Cannabis's best friends. K Solo got him a record deal back in the day. Cannabis did the same thing, took 100% of the advance, never turned the album in. That's just who he is.
Do you know of a guy named Polo Vision or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, that's Cannabis's right nut.
Okay, so he screamed at me on the phone, dude.
I bet.
He
I
was
fucking bet. Yeah,
so
he
pissed, dude.
loves Cannabis more than Cannabis loves Cannabis.
And he was like, I could get you on the phone with Cannabis right now. I'm like, please, dude, do it. Do it. And then he would hang up on me. I'm like, you're wasting my time, bro. He's like,
That's
don't
funny.
record this. Don't
Yeah.
record this. I'm like, I'm not, bro. I'm not.
Yeah, no. I have a lot of conversations where people start off with "Don't record this," and I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter. It's illegal anyway.
Right, exactly. Like, I wasn't planning on it.
Yeah, but no, he like I wish him and all these other fucking Cannabis dick riders the best. Like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna help Cannabis make new music, great. I'll buy a copy. The
Oh, shit. All right, guys. We're still live, right? Yes, we're still live. I ran out of fucking Zoom time, so we're gonna call M80 on the Instagram. Let's call M80 on Instagram real quick. See if we can do a. See if we can call M80 on Instagram here. A ring a ding ding. Yo, sorry about that. Yeah, this works.
Look, do you wanna do another like an Instagram live?
Yeah, that's cool too. I mean, I'm live on YouTube right now, so you could go live on your IG. I don't know exactly.
Oh well, I'm using my phone, so
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really set up for that exactly, but I'm still like this is still streaming on YouTube.
so look, here I'll tell you what. Stop the YouTube,
Yeah.
and we'll go live on Instagram, and you can save you save the feed.
Wait. I'm gonna go live on my phone because I want to stay live on YouTube. So I'm gonna pull on my phone here. And
Hold on a sec.
let me hang up. Let me hang up on the computer real quick.
Okay.
All right, guys. We're gonna figure this out. Hang tight. Hang tight. How the fuck do we do a live on the? Let's see here, y'all. Alright. Let's see if I can add M80 here. How do I do this? I want to invite Almighty. See if this is going to work. We're going to see if this... I think I invited him. We're live on Instagram right now. Request a co-host, show up here. M80, just request a co-host if you're watching this on the... If you're watching this. I sent an invite on live. On IG.
Bye.
Oh, bye. Love you. Almighty M80, folks. Oh, there he is. There he is. Alright. I see something happening. I see you. M80, I think I'm still waiting for M80. We had to move. If you guys you know, I don't know if the audio is really gonna come through on YouTube here, but go to the Instagram. Patch you in. Oh, patching. Trying to patch. Accept. Trying to accept. I pressed accept. Almighty, I'm sorry for the technical difficulties here. I'm pressing accept. I'm pressing accept, and it's not. What the fuck? Sorry guys. What the fuck? Bear with me, y'all. Alright, inviting again. Invite. Invited for a second time. We are simultaneously streaming on YouTube and Instagram right now with a exclusive interview with Almighty M80. This is not wanting to work. It's not wanting to work, unfortunately. M80, maybe you... Wait, I sent another invite. We just did a pretty, like, 40-minute long interview, I think, 30 minutes on YouTube. If this doesn't work, y'all can definitely go watch that. All right, let me back out of this. Start a new live. It says Almighty is unable to join. Gonna end it. Gonna try it again. Sorry for the tech here. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yo, okay, look,
Yo.
I'm gonna go live, and then
Yeah.
you'll come in on mine.
There we go. There we go. That'll
All
be
right, I'm
better.
gonna do it right now.
All right, bet. Bye. All right, M80's gonna go live and invite me. So go to M80's Instagram right now, y'all, and catch the interview. Sorry, YouTube, y'all are gonna get the shaft for the first time, like, ever. Go to the Instagram. All right. I sent a request, so there we go. Connecting. Let's fucking get it. All right, I have no idea where we left off at. Yeah, dude. I hate all this tech shit, but we're out here. We're making it work.
So the people at home understand, we've already essentially done half an hour of an interview on Zoom.
Right.
But we can touch upon anything and everything that you might need to know or the world needs to know. Hey, do you want to see something special?
Please.
I've decided today to launch my own line of stash boxes. But it's not for marijuana. No, it's a box you can put things in.
Can I put marijuana in it?
Look, not for marijuana. Don't put any marijuana in here. No herbal accessories.
Noted. Right.
It's a box. So it's 4 things.
Jewelry, rings, and shit.
Money.
Coins. Right, coins, of course.
Phone numbers. You know, like back in the day when you used to get phone numbers on paper, you put them in this box.
Right.
Special. Yeah. Sorry again, Chino XL State. I already beat you to it. I got my own box. You can put things in it.
Well, damn. All right, so maybe we get into the Chino XL thing. All right, so that's one topic I have not covered at all because that one I don't want to touch that shit with a 10-foot pole. So maybe I've heard you talk a lot about it, but maybe let's get into that conversation. So Chino XL, unfortunately, sadly, tragically, and prematurely dies. First off, how did Chino pass?
Chino hung himself.
Okay, so suicide. Holy shit. Okay, so obviously like super heavy and serious topic.
And for a good couple weeks there, I had to fight the world of special ed students, thinking that the first song on Darkness and Other Colors, like I somehow added my voice to it. We finished that album, and someone pointed this out to me, which is fucking crazy because I didn't acknowledge it. Chino took his life 2 years on the second year anniversary on the date he sent me that song.
Okay.
So July 28th, 2022 is when he sent me that completed song. So people were like, well, they said that M80 fucking like stole the sessions and added himself to the song, because if you're familiar with the song, you hear my voice leaving him a voice note, which Chino had texted me, hey, please call me, leave me this voice note, I'm going to use it for this song, yada, 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 yada. And I'm like, wow, you guys are so fucking corny. Like, you think I would really do that? Like, he passed away and I'm going to somehow make a very sad song even more sad? Like, okay. I was always the executive producer of the album, so it's like I don't understand why people find it such a shock that I would want to see the album I helped create for 4+ years see the light of day, especially with this in mind. The release date was supposed to be June 7th, or I'm sorry, July 7th?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it was. And she wanted to make a couple changes, and then we made the changes, and he had sent the final master to Ben like a week and change before he took his life.
Mm-hmm.
He called this his best, most personal body of work. Like, I wasn't the first choice to acquire the masters. The family, in full, was the first. It became apparent that they wanted to, one, at first purchase it, which is the lawful thing to do, but then they wanted to scrap it. So I was being dragged for months while they were issuing press statements that were false, like, we're going to get the rights and we're going to release it at the end of the year. There was never an intent to release the album at all. Then, as more people presented themselves, Stu Bangers, who was working with Chino and God's Carpenter 2, Arthur Gishwin, who was working on the Cannabis Chino album. Geezy is the only artist. They have an album called The Mantis. It features Chino's last ever video, the two of them together. Chino's last ever solo video was for Sermon and Crimson, shot by Chino and Sunil in the United Kingdom. That's now out. But these people were like, hey, I need my files or I need my money back. And the family, China, the oldest, not to lump all the family together, because that's another misconception that M80 is against the family. Like, that couldn't be further from the truth, dude. I didn't even know China existed until she had passed. I've always known Bella, and I've always known Lyric.
Yeah.
Like, and it's so crazy that when I say this, people are like, I don't believe you. There's no point in lying. Like, I did not know China existed. Chino, in 17+ years, never mentioned her one time to me. I heard the name Lady London 100 times more than I ever heard China.
And who is Lady London?
I ever saw China and knew that had anything to do with Chino
he named after his first daughter. But I never put the two and two together. Like, I'm like, okay, my shit's called Modern Day David Music. Like, you know, you wouldn't know that's me unless I told you that's me. Like, so, but the family, China, and Stacey Castro, someone that worked with Chino and was fired on multiple occasions, that somehow reasserted herself into the importance of Chino in the afterlife. We're like, we own all this shit now that he's passed. Like, we don't need to pay anyone. It's all ours. That law does not exist anywhere in the world. That's not a real thing.
Right.
My verse licensing catalog, just to give you an example of how it can't be true, I own content from Prodigy, Sean Bryce, Mac Dre, The Jacka, Hussein Fatal, Abe Links, Fred the Godson, Old Dirty Bastard. Like, the list goes on and on and on. If that was a law, me owning any of the shit would not be valid. Labels owning masters for artists of any genre that have passed away would not be valid. It does, because someone dies, it does not change the validity of a contract.
Right, and that should be obvious on to anybody. And
it should be. But again, no one gets into rap to be educated. Like, it's very far and few you meet smart individuals, intelligent individuals. Like, that shit went out the window a long time ago. People really dumbed down everything about rap culture for a buck. So I'm a rare motherfucking breed. I'm the last of a dying breed of people that, like, hey, I went to law school to master the business of music. You are not going to tell me because you think something is self-serving to your interest that it is right and or above the law. It's not. So as it became apparent that they were just trying to take these people's music, they were doing the same thing with these fake copyright claims. They don't own any of the these are songs Chino featured on. The copyrights are owned by the paying artist. Why on earth would you think he owns the copyrights? How could he? He got paid for work.
Right. So they want to put they want to claim ownership of the copyrights in order to put a stop to the album coming out specifically? Is that the idea there?
Well, they tried that for the album, and it failed. They tried it 3 times on the video and twice on singles. It failed every time because I'm the copyright owner, and eventually China and Bella will be receiving the masters to anything that I've acquired and everything, including all the profits. And I've said that from day one. That's the best part about it. All these people are fighting me, and it's like, why don't you shit talk me when anything I say is proven not true? In the meantime, watch me deliver on everything I said I'm going to deliver on. Remember, this is my friend.
Right.
And I'm not talking like a friend in a casual sense. As close as you can be family without me, us being blood, you're my friend. There's nothing I wouldn't do for you. Friend. Okay? So when it became apparent to these people that, one, that's like they were trying to just assert rights over albums and songs they don't own, and just like lay fake copyright claims and steal music and promise people like that. They made a post one time like, send us your music, your unreleased Chino music for opportunities to get in movies. Chino couldn't even get his own fucking music in the movies and shit. Why are you going to get some fucking random dude song feature? You know, it doesn't work like that.
It's funny because I'm sure they would partner with somebody that they don't know faster than they would like work with you. But like who's the, like I feel like you would be more trustworthy and more respectful to Chino's legacy than some random lawyer that they're gonna.
Honestly, I could show you text messages. There was a couple times where I thought China was gonna stop the bullshit and just acknowledge, like, all right, M80's good for business. Like, if he really says he's gonna give us the money and do now, look, I was never gonna give China the money. I was always going to give the youngest daughters. In fact, when I bought the rights to Darkness Our Colors, in the contract it says I'm turning over the profits to Lyric. Now, whatever Lyric and her mom decide to do with the money, that's up to them. I can't police it at that point. I can make sure I'm delivering it to you. Whatever you do with it, sure. So if you want to give a portion of China, you can. I'm personally not. I paid for Chino's funeral. I paid the funeral home direct, okay? When you send me the invoice, I'll pay it. When they contacted Rock the Bells and had that story removed saying that wasn't true, I lost my shit.
I was gonna ask, like, would Chino's family dispute that you paid for his funeral?
No, only China.
Only China.
And the funny thing is, she's the one who knows, because he was copied on the invoice when it was marked paid from the funeral home. So, but no, they're just running with this narrative. Like, Lady London is Chino's niece, and Lady London's mom, I still have the screenshot because we had to save all these screenshots for the legal case. Lady London's mom said I was lying about paying for all the things I paid for in Chino's lifetime. I'm like, I have an invoice from the Heart Center for like $30,000 and change. Like, I made this up. Like, you're saying now, like, I'm in cahoots and the fucking Heart Center is lying?
Yeah.
Or you're saying, like this giant bag of cash I dropped off was not real? Like, you know what? Thank God. I'd say about 80% of the time, Chino, like, came to pick up money from me. Lyric was with him, because she's clearly not going to, like, pretend like those times didn't happen. But I work with tons of artists like that, dude. Like, I found out recently that someone had complained to the Chino page, like, hey, I paid Chino for this feature, and I never got the verse. They're like, okay, well, who'd you pay? And they said, well, I paid his cousin. And they're like, well, we don't have proof that the cousin paid Chino. Clearly, Chino was with his cousin if he had his cousin accepting money in the United Kingdom and gave him cash. Chino used to, anytime and every time I could get him cash, no problem. I've never once cut a check or sent a wire to Snoop Dogg, and we've been working together since 2007. If that gives you any insight as to some people just prefer the convenience of cash.
Right.
Everyone still pays their taxes. It's just you can do more things here and now with the fucking money. And some people don't have their bank shit together. Some people have liens. Some people have negative accounts, whatever it might be. So they're telling this person, sorry, we can't refund you because we have no proof that, like, Chino ever received the money. We're talking like $500 or less here. If they ever tried to pull that shit on me, I'd pull their fucking card so fast.
Yeah.
So fucking fast.
Yeah.
Like, don't ever play these dumb games with me. But it was hilarious that, like, these are people I've never met before. Acting like I'm not who I say I am, acting like I didn't mean anything in this guy's life. They literally removed every post Chino made about me on the page. Like, wishing me happy birthday, naming me executive producer of the album, telling people to contact me for all his United States business. Those posts are all gone. Now, granted, I have the screenshot, so that's evidence.
There you go.
You're
There you go.
really taking away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you're fucked. I've kept every post I've made. Every story. There was one post that I made that someone in the family asked me to remove. And I did for my story, but it saves in the archives.
Yeah. Right.
So that's
So you got it all.
And it was because there was someone that still was on the fence of whether I was actually a good guy.
Yeah.
And again, a lot of people have had to learn me. You know, I don't know all of Chino's friends, and they certainly don't know me. So I've accepted apologies and, like, you know, become friends with many people that started off shit-talking me. But again, like, actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
What am I doing that's so horrible? This is his music that he wanted the world to have, that the world will have. Like, if they wanted to own it, here's a good story. Regardless of how anyone in the family feels about Immortal Technique, or how Chino felt about Immortal Technique in any state, you know, that's what, I love this. They're like, you know, Chino didn't like M80 100% of the time. Motherfucker, I don't know anyone in life that likes me 100% of the time. I don't even like me 100% of the time.
There you go.
I mean, if that makes any sense. I can name the amount of times that me and Chino got into arguments on one hand in 17 years. That's what friends do.
Right.
I don't have a single friend in the world that I haven't had ups and downs with. Everything if it's 100% and up, you bet something's fishy about that shit. That's fake.
Right.
Real friends have real emotion. It will talk that shit.
Yeah.
It might come to blows, all right? I've gotten fist fights with tons of motherfuckers, bro.
Right. Sometimes
win, sometimes lost, but we live to see another day. Friends or not. That's just what it is. You know, I didn't know a lot of these people. I didn't know China. I felt like I was being set up. This is fucking hilarious. It was my idea that the daughter set up an LLC and accept donations. Because when someone passes away, that is the only formidable medium for people to show they cared. I want to donate, like when Sean Price passed, that's the first thing they did. When a lot of people pass, that's just what it is, because one, you know, when you go buy something, when you buy a CD, when you buy a piece of merch, you don't know where the money's going to. So when you don't do a GoFundMe, people want, like when DMX passed, The last thing DMX posted on his Instagram was for the merch line we launched. And everyone knew to go straight to that link, and the money went to the family, and boom, done deal.
Mm-hmm.
Chino didn't have that. The GoFundMe made the most sense. People donate money to show their love for your father. They didn't do it. And then people were like, M80's telling them to set up a GoFundMe so we can make money. I'm like, you guys are beyond fucking stupid. If the girls are doing it, setting up their own account, and they're all doing it together, where's the money for me in this? What? Why? So I got this DM from a guy, and he's like, hey, I want to donate $1,000 to Chino's, like, the memorial fund. And I'm like, there's no fund yet. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
And a few days later, the guy writes again, like, hey, where do you want me to send this $1,000? I'm like, I told you, I'd tell you when they set something up. And he keeps writing, and I'm like, why is this guy so forcefully trying to give me money?
Yeah.
One time, now this is just grace of God. Like the 8th time he writes me, that's when I met China for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I said, hey, I'm literally sitting next to her on this couch at one of Chino's family members' houses. This guy has written me like 8 times and wants to donate $1,000. Will you give me your PayPal and I'll have him send you the money? So he sends the money. Then I find out weeks later that I was trying to be set up. They were waiting for me to accept this $1,000 and then to see what I would do with it.
They're trying to entrap you? Like some
me.
fucking cops?
For $1,000.
What the fuck, dude?
What the fuck is $1,000 to someone like me who dropped almost $80,000 to keep Chino alive?
Right.
Taxes, health, apartment, all sorts of shit, you name it. Life expenses.
Mm-hmm.
Clearing album debts. I took care of all this shit. Yeah. In time, I want to see some of my money back. That'd be great. And the lawsuit will help me with that. I don't need your $1,000 fucking dollars. Like.
Right. So are they suing you or how's that? What's the lawsuit?
No, I'm suing.
You're suing them. And what's the...
They legally can't sue me right now. They can, like... The estate, so they filed what's called a petition. This is funny because their attorney, like, I made a video months ago. I'm like, they've gone through several attorneys because no attorney that values the ethical oath they took with the state bar would ever come against me. It's unethical. I have all the receipts in the world for all the aid provided to Chi. Like, my purchase of the master and copyrights are lawful. So there's no lawsuit there. They would have to find an attorney that's just out for the money. And sure enough, they found one.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
So the first thing wait, it gets better. The first thing this guy did to show you how dumb he is, he tells my attorney that he already billed them like 20 hours before he even opened the email to review these contracts that I had sent to China in August. Well, after Chino passed, she had asked me, and this is when we were still cordial, can you turn over all the financial records and contracts and stuff that you have with my dad so I have for record? No problem. Here you go. I literally did it in one day. Because all the shit, dude, I mean, it's all in my office. Everything's here. Like,
yeah.
Like, I mean, this is all, every one of these shits are filled with all my fucking records. Okay?
Organized. Nice.
Yeah, organized. Old school.
Yeah.
My attorney in the last year got me to digitize everything. I was still mad old school where I would just go in a manila envelope. But the first thing they did was file a petition of controversy against me in the name Derek Barbosa. Like I'd be sued by Derek Barbosa. So my attorney and I are cracking up. So we go to court and they're like, is the plaintiff here? Oh, he passed away? Now, you see, I have to say this laughingly. Not because my friend passed and I'm fucked up about it every day.
Yeah.
Because they're so fucking stupid. So you can't sue me as Derek Barbosa. He's not here. Now, you can't sue me as the estate of Derek Barbosa because there's 3 estate heirs. And 2 of them are Team M80. They had to realize in time, I'm the one doing the right shit. Their oldest daughter, their oldest sibling, is like, they can't even talk to her. If they call...
And that's China?
Like, oh, well, yeah, like, you need to talk to my attorney or talk to Stacy. Like, they used to just call as sisters. Just checking in on you, sis. Like, I love you. Like, you've essentially divided your family because some people believed that I was a good thing in Chino's life. One of the last things Chino told Lyric, his youngest daughter, well, anything I say, you never have to take my word for it. Everything, it was with receipts, fact checkable.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, you can trust M80.
So that's a text that's China sent somebody else?
I don't know if it's in text, but Lyric will tell you herself.
Okay.
Bellow the thing. So it's like, China, I get it, you didn't know me and I didn't know you, but like, why go against your dad saying this? So like, I knew they were on extreme bullshit when I came up with an idea. Art Geschwin, who owned the rights to the Chino Cannabis album. Some guys asking, like, see, fucking, I can't read these comments.
Yeah, I'm ignoring all the chat right now.
Yeah. So Art and I came up with the idea that he would give the songs that he has for the Canvas album to Stu Bangers, and they would complete God's Carpenter too.
Mm-hmm.
And they wouldn't have to pay Art back the money Chino owed for not finishing that album. They wouldn't have to pay Stu Bangers back the money that Stu's owed for Chino not completing that album. And they just blew it off. Like, we don't have to pay shit. We own the shit. Like, that's when we knew, dude. Like, these people are just out there.
They just can't. They don't know the business. Well, I mean, it does. You don't even have to know the business to know what to do.
So I came up with a system so they didn't have to pay them. It's like, hey, just transfer the files. Because DJ Rome's Chino's trusted engineer and someone all the daughters looked at like family has the files. Now, Rome's wrote me, he's like, Chino never authorized me to send these sessions. I'm like, genius. They're not making any of these two albums anymore. They're taking two albums combined to one. So, example, all the songs for Cannabis and Chino are on Body Bag Ben and Johnny Slash beats. If now they're going to a full album produced by Stu Bangers, clearly he needs the sessions. Right? He's producing the fucking music now.
Mm.
So, like, he's like, Chino never had me send you any sessions. Bro, I have 100 fucking Chino vocals.
Yeah.
With stems. So I sent him a video one time going through it. I'm like, playing the reference, playing the acapella, reference, acapella. M80's being a bully. Not being a fucking bully. I presented you with an option to not have to pay any of these people any fucking money and let them continue to work their shit. And I negotiated the deal to still work the family in. Now, again, family to me is Lyric and Bella. I don't consider China family because she acts like I'm not family. So if I'm not family, you're not family.
Hmm.
You know, that's that.
Right. Yeah.
It's just like, and there's a lot of people, and I say this because I'm grateful. I was really upset at first that a lot of people had turned their back on me. Like, damn, man, if you were as close to Chi as you claim to be, like, how are you guys even looking at me and talking to me like this? But there are some people that conservatively played the fence until they saw all the perversion, all the grossness, all the lies that I saw from day one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Chino XL is literally the first artist posthumously to lose fan support and followers. Lose them. DMX died, he gained 2 million followers. Chino lost 6,000. How the fuck does that happen? Instead of promoting his music and comics and things he actually cared about, we're getting stories about moisturizer cream and movies and shit that had nothing to do with Chino in his lifetime. It's all literally, hey, I'm Stacey Castro, look at me.
Wait, hold on. You're telling me that Chino's like stories on Instagram, like they're posting on Chino's Instagram account?
Bro, they still use his DMs
What?
and contact people like, I'd like to talk to you.
That's so weird. That's so weird.
Like, what the fuck? Imagine you wake up one morning and you check your DMs and you have a DM from a deceased person.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
They have their own Instagram accounts. Stacey Castro or China or whoever could write these people and be like, hey, this is Stacey Castro. I work for China. Or, hey, I'm China, Chino's daughter. I'd like to talk to you. And it would have a more profound effect.
Right.
People wouldn't be freaked out. They wouldn't be scared. They wouldn't, like, it's really triggering to some people.
Yeah.
It would be triggering to me if all of a sudden I got a DM from China.
Yeah, that'd be weird as fuck. And posting about what? Lotions and shit? Skincare routines on your Instagram? What?
Posted about everything. Today
So
was
strange.
About we're we're doing Cheeto XL stash boxes. He didn't smoke weed. That was the whole joke. Like,
Okay, that flew over my head.
A long time ago. But like, you know, like if you, and then they're like, well, China's like, my dad liked to put things in boxes. Like, so make a fucking utility box. But they have a post up. It's like cannabis connoisseurs and herb accessories. Like, bro, I saw Cheeto smoke a Black and Mild one time in 17 years, and it freaked me the fuck out. I'm like, since when do you smoke? He's like, I smoke sometimes, but only these Black and Milds. I'm like, I've never seen you. You know, I'm an avid cigarette smoker. Like, my whole life. Like, so that blew my fucking mind. But it's like, do you even know this guy that you call your friend or your father or like someone you worked with? Because there's no way you get to shit talk me and act like you're holier than thou in the equation. And people said that controversially back to me, like, well, how are you as great as you are if you're shit talking his daughter? I'm like, because I don't value his daughter I didn't know existed over Cheetah.
Right. Yeah.
No belt. And I would do anything for her. And I know Lyric. It would do anything for her. And I've got to meet their mothers. And other people that are close to them. And I've extended the same love and courtesy as I would. China could have had that from me. And chose not to have it because I'm the only one who knows the real of the situation. All right? Like, I know who owns what records. So you don't just get to come in and act like it's all cheese. It's all yours now. It's not. That's bad business, okay?
Yeah.
So,
she sounds a little nuts.
You know, so after, this is where I was getting to with the point about the rock development.
Yeah.
After I paid for the funeral and they had the story removed, China emailed me and apologized. Hey, I think we got off on the wrong foot. There's some other invoices that still need to be paid in connection to my dad's passing if you'd like to take care of them. I open the emails and the first one I see is an invoice for the Ventura Music Hall.
Okay.
Now, I went the fuck off because when I talked to World Technique, he said he paid for it. So I'm like, are you guys literally trying to double dip on me? You're sending me an invoice for something World Technique paid, and I'm not calling World Technique and asking for receipts. But it's like, I don't anticipate this man lying to me about something so trivial as taking care of some necessary funds and financing for our mutual friend's funeral.
Right.
Or anything related to the funeral. So I went the fuck off. And after that, there was no turning back. Like, you don't get to do that shit to me. Like, I paid for something, you lied to the world and said I didn't, you tried to drag my name, then you apologized, you tried to get me to pay for shade for.
Oh, there you go.
I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm doing all this shit just to make sure the world has the fucking music, get the girls the masters. Fucking, they already know that here's the, you know, the people you touch or you reach out to when you need the money. Like, all that shit's already been put in place. And honest to God, I feel like the strongest fucking man alive because I survived this shit. Like, y'all motherfuckers literally tried to end my career to cancel me. I received more death threats than ever. I was telling people to pull up left and right. Motherfuckers, yo, here's your address. Here's your blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I'll be here. I got 1,000 fucking rounds. I'll be here.
Yeah. So, do you own Chino, like, all of his music? Like, all of the masters? Or are they going at other people like this, too? Or is it just you?
I own Darkness in Our Colors, and I own Map of Bones. And I, you know, I'm only going to own them for another week because I'm transferring all the rights to Lyric and Bella.
Yeah. Well, that's the right thing to do. I mean, how could anybody be mad at that? At this, you know, obviously it's taken a while to get to this point, but
Kind of am mad because again, I'm not turning over $1 to you. If your
fuck her.
family gives you $1, so be it. You're not getting it from me. I think you guys are fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to stand for it, especially saying to the public, you don't know me, they don't know me. Oh, M80 didn't do any of the shit he said he did in Chee's lifetime. Like, motherfucker, if I was the only person on the planet, I'm the only one who could say I did this shit. Because I know Chino had friends way more wealthy than me that did jack shit. Motherfuckers always kick bread when someone passes, bro. Never when they need it in real life, you know? I've bailed motherfuckers out of jail. I've taken care of funerals. I've fucking put people in apartments and cars and homes. And I've put people's kids through college. I know that for a fucking fact. So it's like, I really take that shit personal, you know?
yeah.
As anyone would, but it's like, No, so DZ owns the Mantis album that's unreleased. Man Bites Dog owns an EP that's unreleased. Makers and Art collectively own, the rights to God's Carpenter 2 and what was the Cannabis Cheeto album, and then now that's going to become one thing. There's a guy named Matt Munns that owns a Cheeto EP that I believe is the next project to come out. So after Map of Bones, yes, I have something to do with the Mantis album. I'm the A&R of that album. I don't own it. Yes, I have shit to do with the God's Carpenter 2 album that between Stu and Art. But I won't own anything else. I will never own anything Chi again. And then, I've done my diligence. I got out the records that are supposed to come out. I will continue to assist Lyric and Bella in whatever they need, as long as I can. But then everything's just, we wait for the lawsuit. And I'm sure the lawsuit will probably take 2, 3+ years.
Yeah.
To finally either settle or see the light of day. But none of these people get to shit talk me.
Right.
And drag me and lie on my name. Damn well knowing all the receipts are there. And I am 100% who I say I am. And everything I say I did in the life and times of Chi is a real thing. And trying to make me look bad and think they get to walk. You don't get to do that. I'm actually somebody. I'm respected in the music world. Random motherfuckers that just touch Chi's life in some kind of way because you did a song with them or a fucking beat for them or you produced a show. Awesome. I'm not taking anything away from you, but when you come for me, I will chop your fucking head off. If you think that you are somehow of my level of importance to that man in his lifetime. Because I didn't see you at the fucking hospital. I didn't see you at the surgical center. I didn't see you in all the bad times. There's that.
Right. There was a clip that I caught on one of your stories that I went over in my past video where you said, I don't do the shit for the fucking respect. I do it for the money and the power, and I got all that shit. But you know what? You got respect too, bro. You got respect too. You got it all.
I take a little bit of respect because the respect never mattered to me. It's very obvious to people. I work with hundreds of people. Which of these people are my friends? Who are the people I work with? Who are the acquaintances? It's very cut and dry with me. Okay? You've never seen me and Snoop Dogg at a fucking Lakers game together. But I love Snoop Dogg, and I've done work with Dogg since 2007. And I have a dozen examples of that in my life. But you'd see Cheeto Excel at my daughter's birthday parties. You'd see us at concerts together. We're on the road together. Me and Priest, me and Asia, me and Huss, me and Crooked Eye. There's a clear-cut line of who are my friends, who would I go the distance for, and who are people that I'm just fortunate to get money with. My career started with Wu-Tang Clan, and Wu-Tang is my family, tried and true. But I'm so glad that I branched off from Wu-Tang and allowed my services to be used by so many other artists to really see different personalities, different characters, how people treat other people. A lot of these Wu-Tang dudes have a lifetime of regret for not feeling like they fucking lived out their potential. I'm not talking about the members of Wu-Tang Clan. I'm talking about the family members, the Killer Bees, and these people.
The Orbiters.
Relied on RZA to make their whole fucking lives for them without acknowledging that RZA has his own fucking life. How long do you want this dude to babysit you or hold your hand? So when you look at the Wu-Tang hierarchy, people like me and Law the Dark Man are the two most successful to ever come from that tree because we created our own lanes and won in life. I don't care how you feel about it. I wasn't gonna pigeonhole myself into just being one thing. I went to law school to be able to bestow the knowledge and experience I have to the world at large, to whoever wants it. And that's kind of the premise behind the A&R clinic every Tuesday.
Yeah. We covered it on the YouTube side of things. People, if you want to catch more of this, go to the YouTube channel, link in my bio. You can catch the first part of our conversation. But we hit on this thing where you do the just to kind of rehash it for the Instagram.
Hey, I want to answer this question.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be a fucking. Here's the truth. Someone asked, why is most of Chino's stuff 5-7 years and never dropped when he was alive? Okay, 5 to 7 years is a very generous understatement. Chino was a perfectionist. So he spent 4 years plus making Darkness in Our Colors. Do you know how many, dude, I have messages from 2022, hey, I'm going to get this out before the end of the year. That's Chino. Nothing was ever good enough. Even with his features, he's clearly bodying every motherfucker he ever featured on the song with. He says that on Darkness in Our Colors. This isn't an isolated incident. It's something that's happened over 10,000 times. Like, so there's that. Chino was a perfectionist, so that's why the albums took so long. I was trying to get him into the grain of cannabis. Like in cannabis with 2022, we had 9 projects drop that year. They weren't all full-length albums. Some were EPs. Some were just had a couple new songs, like little shit like that. But we had consistent drops. So there's posts on my page where we're dropping 3 Chino XL albums this year. Darkness in Our Colors, the Cannabis Chino Project, and the Madlib Oh No album. Like that post exists. Thank God it's on my page and not his. Because otherwise it would have been deleted. It has something to do with me. Here is the shitty part of the truth. My apologies in advance if I'm offending any of the family, but this is the reality of it. And it's not just Chino. It's a common practice of rappers that do shit business, to call it, for lack of a better term. Map of Bones, Chino was paid for in full between 2008 and 2012. When you get paid in full for an album and someone else owns the album, you're not really concerned with it coming out because it eats up a portion of your schedule. It eats up a portion of what you can be doing for yourself to make money for your pocket. So Sean asked me that. He's like, why? I don't understand. Like, he kept saying he wanted to change this, change that. I'm like, that's what they do, so it essentially never, quote unquote, gets done. You didn't owe him any more money. Like, when it was his project, perfectionist, when it was someone else's, after the money was done, you know, it's like they clock out. Like, when I bought the rights to the Ghostface album, the Lost Tapes, like, I would have never done the deal if I knew we were going to have to call it the Lost Tapes. It's the world's worst name. And we had to justify it by saying, like, oh, it's reminiscent of the Cuban Links era Supreme Clientele sound. But we all know Lost Tapes infers like it's lost material recovered. But this is a brand new studio album. So there was that dumb shit I had to fight against. But Ghost did try to do something similar. And I had never experienced that before because I'm such a good dude and such a good businessman. Like, why are you trying to beat me? Essentially, it's like someone's trying to beat you. Like, out of the opportunity, out of being able to make your money back, like, advance your career. This is clearly a big deal for Sean, the guy who produced Map of Bones in full. 16 times I scheduled appointments with Ghost and his manager to listen to the master of the album. 16 times I was canceled on. So months go by, and I'm waiting for Ghost's approval on the master. I said, fuck it. I approve it. Here's a release date. He told me he was going to make a post saying that my album was bootleg, but was like, I didn't because everything you did was right. Like, you paid me what I asked for. You paid me on time. That shit. They tried to pull that move on me. And I had never had that move pulled on me. So at first I'm like, okay, scheduling conflicts. You don't have 16 scheduling conflicts. The last time I drove 2 hours to his manager's house. He lives in a gated community. At 9 in the morning, I got there. So I left my house at like 7. And he wasn't home. And he's like, why'd you just come over here? I'm like, because I wanted to catch you. He's like, dude, you're hilarious. Like, but it came down to that where it's like I was really trying to follow proper protocol. And I'm like, no. I now see what's going on. And, you know, there was other Ghost projects he was working on at the same time. And it, like, affected the release date for the Czarface Ghostface album. It affected the release date for that Ghostface Killers album. But at that time, dude, I had invested, like, a quarter of my fucking life savings into making that record. It was the biggest one album undertaking my entire career.
You talking about Map of Bones?
Dude, no. Ghostface Killer, Lost Tapes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So this move is being pulled on you, and you're saying that Chino even was kind of doing a little bit of that, and it's kind of become like.
The answer, the question was asked by Leo DeSoto. Those two sides to the answer. She was a perfectionist and would spend years making the records. That's why it's so far in view. Then anything that was owned by someone else is the other part of that answer. So I'm sorry if that's offensive, but that is 100% unequivocally the truth.
Yeah, that's just the business side of me. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, that's gonna happen to any artist. It doesn't even have to be hip hop. I mean, fucking music businesses. It gets tricky. You know, the fans just want the fucking music.
Back too. That's crazy because what you say about the lost tapes being lost material is exactly what I thought it was too. Yes. So imagine this. I'm paying you like I'm fucking Def Jam or Epic Records. I gave Ghostface a bag that was $23,000 less than what Wu-Tang Clan got as an advance for their last album. It's big. It was a big fucking undertaking. If you want to call it the lost tapes, let me knock 50 G's off. Because you're essentially undercutting my ability to put out a brand new album.
Right.
So thank God I worked my fucking ass off for that record. And
Yeah.
I could never, ever duplicate it. It's in my book. There's the book I'm writing right now. There's a chapter just on that. You know, like, and a lot of members of Wu-Tang had disdain for me for a while because I went to Ghostface. I have an idea for this project. And the idea changed a couple times because the basically killed Priest to do a joint album together. You know, Priest is my fucking man. I tried to get him checks anywhere and everywhere I could at all times. When Ghostface heard the pitch and Priest was there, Ghost was like, yeah, I'll do it, but I want 100% of the money. So it's like either Priest does the shit for free or not at all. So I didn't even ask him to do it for free because I'm not ask anyone to do anything for free. Everyone's got a check from me to do anything and everything always.
Yeah.
And that's, we talked about that earlier. There's not a single soul you'll ever meet that says M80 owes them money. You get paid, I get paid. The world fucking turns on its axis. That's how it works. I don't go to my friend who shoe shop at Foot Locker and ask for free shoes. I might get a discount, but I'm still paying. There's that. So I go to Ghostface with this idea. Hey man, we can do this project. I think it's going to make $400,000 to $500,000. We can split it. Blah 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 blah. I'll do all the execution. Sounds like a lot of work, man. Just pay me this and I'll do the record. I pay him what he wants. Then I go on and execute each one of my steps. And I made the 400 to 500.
And what are your steps? I think it's important to.
I brokered this can never ever be done again. And it was, needless to say, at least one party was going to be pissed off. There's no way to make everyone happy in this equation. Well, there was, but it just didn't work out that way. I took the album, and then I made a remix album. Then I did multiple record deals with different companies, giving each company different rights. So I maintained ownership of the CDs and merch for the lost tapes. I gave the derivative rights, the double disc produced by Bronze Nazareth and Agallah, to a company called X-Ray Records. They thought they were buying the master. I gave them the derivative rights. So they were pissed off. They wanted to sue me, and then they realized they couldn't because they signed the deal. Like, okay, you know, like I had them redo the contract 13 times. They're like, you're a fucking headache. I'm like, no, you just keep making little changes here and there and thinking I'm some fucking dumbass rapper and I'm not going to catch the shady shit you're throwing in this contract. I went to law school for this exactly. Let me cook. So I gave the vinyl rights and alternate cover CD rights to Dope Media. I gave a double disc, the album and instrumentals to Fat Beats, and watched all the money come in, all of it. So I remember RZA like, how are you going to put out a Wu-Tang Clan member album and make more money than the member? I said, hey, that's how the cards were dealt. Because when I presented it, it was even split. And RZA was so fucking intrigued. He's like, I'll do an album with you. And we were supposed to do the new Bobby Digital. It would have been the fourth Bobby Digital album. It ended up not happening. Or I mean, maybe he did it. I think he did some kind of project like Pit of Snakes or something. But
There was a new Bobby Digital that came out like within the last year or two. It wasn't that great. I'm not gonna lie.
No. And he's like, if I can verify you gave Ghost the amount of money you said you did, I'm in. And he was able to verify that day. And then when we met about the Bobby Digital, then he asked for like 3 times the amount of money. I'm like, see, and let me explain this to artists, to people at home watching. When an artist asks for too much money, it's for one of two reasons. One, they just want the biggest bag possible. And two, they don't really believe in their product. We stay away from those people. So, like, you would have got that Method Man Havoc album 3 fucking years ago. It's been done for 3 years, at least. The amount of money they're asking for, no label in the world would pony up. Like, labels were willing to give half of what they were asking for all day. I was getting offers for at least half of what they were asking for, and half is still mega generous. But when you ask for too much money, it's like, just give me all my money now, and I'm not willing to help you sell the record. When you give someone some money and get them to work with you to ensure the record succeeds, those are the artists you want to work with. Like, Ghost, Jesus Christ, I think I gave an extra $5,000 or $7,000 just for the social media posts. That was in the original contract. Like, $7,000 is money that can be spent on anything that should have kept staying in my pocket, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So there's shit like that. It's like I don't have to force Crooked Eye's hand or Corrupt's hand or Hustle's or Planet Asia's hand to do what's right in the best interest of selling their projects. You know, I never had to do that with anything Chino. Like, when we did the Reconstruction vinyls, you saw Chi at my house. He signed the vinyls. We're doing the videos. We're promoting every day until we sell out. That's what you're supposed to do. It's your shit. You have someone like me to help you get to the bag quicker.
Mm-hmm.
To really maximize the profitability and potential of the records. So labels, stay away from those people. I stay away from them because I don't want to put my name on some shit just because it's a good opportunity or a big look. I want to do it because it's in furtherance of my career. Like, it's something I'm proud to have my name associated with. Like, everyone, like, oh, you A&R'd the new Wu-Tang album. Like, yeah, like, tell us about it. Like, dude, I finished those records in like between 2018 and 2021.
Mm.
Like, we were working on 3 albums at the same time. A Wu-Tang album, a Method Man album, and a movie soundtrack. So, like, they were taking the songs and essentially putting them where they best fit. But it's like, I didn't know that, you know, 5 of, like, the 8 songs I contributed were going on the Clan album. I'm ecstatic about it. But that's the thing, is, like, I love that process because it's like, I'm there from step 1, like we discussed in the YouTube interview. You can hire me to A&R some shit for you when it's already, like, you're already working on it. I prefer when it's in the inception stage because it allows me to really do 100% of my job.
Right.
You know, get the best outcome.
Yeah. I mean, what the fuck else is there to say? I mean, there's plenty to say, but I think this is, like, really helpful for just, like, helping other people understand, like, you're not this evil fucking dude in the back of the corner is like, ooh, like, let's rip off all these motherfuckers, you know? And that's not what I see, but I see.
I don't remember if you asked me that on the YouTube part of the interview or this part. But to answer the question, I think I did answer, but just to expound on it, if I believe in you, if I trust you, if I have faith in you, I'm not going to let some little shit, like, trip up the relationship. If I meet you in a business setting and I feel like you're on fuck shit, I will combat that energy with equal fuck shit. And we'll still get good results, but, like, I'm not your friend. I'm not your ally. I did a job for you. Next. Moving on. Like, I didn't treat Chino like that. I don't treat Compton Menace like that. I don't treat Kingpin, Planet Asia, Crooked Eye, Corrupt. Lots of people like that. But yes, I've had situations with them where it's like, damn, you, I fell out with Kill Priest. We didn't talk for fucking years. Like, 5 years. We just talked for the first time, like, a month ago. And I posted a picture. Like, I know a lot of people really were happy to see us back together because that was my best friend. Like, he took my name out of the credits of an album that I did the work for free. We even had the fucking album release party in my backyard because he didn't like how I was talking to him in a text message. That was a group that was, I hired the people to build his infrastructure, the lab, the whole shit. Like, now, you fucked me over. And it didn't require fucking me over because it wasn't for money. You took away a credit for work I did for whatever reason. That same year, I go gold with Eminem. I get a Grammy now with DMX. And I'm more upset at you for fucking me over on your album that sold 300 copies because I'm your friend than I'm happy about the fact that clearly I'm being recognized for the greatness that I bring to the table by the greatest names in the world at the same time. And that's fucked up because I wanted to be more celebratory for like all the newfound success I was having. And I couldn't enjoy it because I lost a friend. Just like with Chino, I know I'm doing the right thing. I know my heart's in the right place. I know everything I did was right during his lifetime, and everything I'm doing is right in his afterlife. Just like, you know, they say, like, the family hasn't got to mourn to the fullest extent, nor have I, dude. Because you've thrown me in the fire to be like this fucking scapegoat because I'm some get money motherfucker, and y'all are sitting here like, dude, come on, like, everything Chino left for the family, or like left in the afterlife, whether it's his or owned by someone else, for the rest of his life, dude, is what I make in a month. Right. 2 months, maybe, top. Like, and I'm not saying that to be like, oh, yay, go me. I'm saying that because it's like, just acknowledge that I'm trying to do the right fucking thing and fuck off. Be with me. Be with me and let me guide you the right path. Like, it breaks my fucking heart to know that you have a family divided. Like, no one should hate their own family for siding with me when their dad told them that I was a trusted good person. Why? Why fight me? Why align yourself with the side of loserdom? Why do you want to be that? It's so gross to me, dude. Like,
yeah.
That's it, man. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, the what's her name? China, or his oldest daughter. She seems like a fucking nut. So, you know, I you know, for however much that's worth.
It didn't have to be this way, but they can fucking answer to me in court now.
Right. And if she's watching, I'd love to interview her too. I'd love to get her side of the story.
Oh, no, they'll see this.
I'm sure they will.
My page, like, fucking ADT monitors my house.
Yeah.
They're on it.
They're on it. So, reach out to me. I'll share your side, of course. But I do, you know, I got your back on this.
They'll probably hit you to do an interview because after I did the interview with Justin Hun, Stacey Castro reached out to like give their side of the story, and it's like Justin called me to tell me, "But you can do the interview if you want, dude." But it's like there's no two sides to this story. There's the truth and the truth, and you're talking to him. Matt Markoff, nice to meet you.
It was nice to meet you too.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to hit on? That's kind of everything I know of. The Chino, the cannabis, the subscription service. I did tell you I got screamed at by a cannabis fan on the phone, right?
I don't like the fact that cannabis told the internet that I kill people.
Yeah, dude, talk about nuts. Man, he's crazy too. Like, actually, dude, that voice memo was insane. He's just rambling. I don't know. I feel he's obviously like, I don't know, not all there, maybe. But, you know, people love his art.
I went to Iron Sheik's last night to play the test presses for his album because they were shipped to me. And Cannabis, I mean, dude, said that he was supposed to go to this album release party for an album that hasn't even come out yet. And then when he didn't come, we killed Warcloud. Iron Sheik and Warcloud never even met. Warcloud's on the album. Cannabis's imagination, I'd give him a 10. I'd give him an A for effort. It's as vivid and creative as you get. But goddamn, man, it breaks my heart because I cared. When I started working with Cannabis again, I'm not even gonna lie, I cried. I was so happy. I cried on the phone. We were on a video call like this. And I was so grateful because he refused to read my book. He would not read it, even after we started working together again, the Cannabis Disaster Battle book. And I said, if you won't read it, just read the last, like, 5 pages. He's like, why? I'm like, because in those last pages, I detail what would have to happen for me to want to work with you again. And it says, if it's me and Cannabis, cool, but I'm not. We fell out because he kept trying to bring all these flunkies along for the ride. Like, hey, pay my friend $125 a week to do my Twitter. And I'm like, I already do it for free.
Right.
It's your friend, you pay him, but he won't. Hey, I want to hire this graphic guy. You pay him then. I have a graphic guy on retainer that did like the Fiat Compli album, that did Time Flies Life Dies Finish Rise album, all sorts of shit. So it's like, he just kept doing shit like that to piss me off, and ultimately they'd be like, well, then don't do the album if M80's not gonna fucking pay us too. And it's like, how fucking stupid. How would you ever let another man talk you out of feeding yourself or feeding your family?
Yeah.
The first, and this is the one thing I credit Cannabis for. When we started working together again, and I made him $100,000. Like I think in the first year I made him like 120 or something. He took all the money and bought his ex and his daughter a fucking penthouse, like in the Dominican Republic. I said, bro, this totally like cancels out all the dumb shit you've done, because that's what you're supposed to be doing. Like he saved enough for himself to live. Like the whole point was quit your job. I will give you that money every month.
Right. The HVAC job, right? The HVAC.
Fucking rap. Yeah, so he did, and then he just ultimately decided to go back to work. But it's like, didn't you feel better when you were able to take 4 years worth of income you made in 1 year rapping and really provide for your family versus now you're just going to go back and, you know?
Well, if it, and the thing is, my opinion is like, if he wants to do that, that's his God-given right. Like, by all means. But why the fuck is he like flirting with this hip hop shit if his heart is more into the HVAC gig? Like, he wants 1 foot in and 1 foot out. That was kind of like my issue.
I adamantly say this. Like, I hate every fucking rapper that ever took money from people. Like, they don't look at it how they're supposed to be looking at it. Like, you know how many artists from the 90s are grateful to, like, be able to, like, someone wants to pay me for a verse? Someone wants to pay me for an album? Like, and the majority of these dudes are, like, white dudes, like myself, dude. Like, I'm a white Jewish guy. Like, I love hip-hop. Like, I'm on the business side of the shit. But it's like, a lot of these people just want to live their dreams. Like, imagine the guy whose favorite artist is Chino or Cannabis. They went to work for, like, fucking 8 weeks and set aside money from their check every week just to be able to get a verse for their album they're working on. Like,
Right, yeah, that can be hell. I see how that
and
be meaningful.
And then for Cannabis to take the money and not do the vocal. Then for Chino, for Steina to be like, sorry, we own your song. No, you fucking don't. You're all wrong. I'm going to answer this one more question. This guy Leota says, why can't you have 1 foot in and 1 foot out? You're missing the point. You can totally have 1 foot in and 1 foot out as long as you're doing proper business.
Right.
Cannabis, who says he has 1 foot in and 1 foot out, is stealing from people. Stole from people. Did several album deals. Didn't turn in any records. Kept all the money. Got paid to promote one of his own albums and didn't do it. Didn't turn back the money in. So if you want to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out, just don't be a shithead.
I think it's more accurate. He's one hand in and 2 feet out. 1 hand in, 2 feet out.
Time and do right by people, because there will come a day when no one wants to give you business. And you're going to be like, damn, how did it get like this? What happened? And all you have to say is, I did this to myself. And no one ever wants to point the finger at themselves, dude. I've never had that problem. I've never had that fucking ego or that pride complex. I know when I fuck up. I fully respect when any of my friends check me, rightfully so. But other than that, let me live.
Yeah.
If I'm not doing anything fucking wrong, I'm fucking 10 toes down, standing all this shit I believe is in the best interest of my friend, best interest of me, best interest of my clients. You're just gonna go ahead and trust that I'm fucking right. Because I'm the one driving this fucking machine.
Fuck yeah, bro. Keep your head up, man. I truly believe that the truth will come to light. Especially, you keep doing good business and keep doing your thing, and it'll.
It's there, dude. The only people still fighting against me are those that have so much pride that they just refuse to apologize. I've received apologies from all the ones I actually wanted to get apologies from.
There you go.
And these are people, again, I'm not talking about like any of Chino's family members. I'm not talking about his daughters. I'm talking about like people that love Chino like I love Chino, that I never met.
Right.
They just, of course, like, who the fuck is M80? Like, why would I not believe that his oldest daughter, like she's just making shit up? Like, they had to see it for themselves. They had to see it over time, just like, So the only people that are still fighting against me, they dug their own hole so deep, they don't see any point. Because even if their apology won't get them out of the hole, I mean, I'm suing 9 people in my lawsuit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they can all figure it out together. But when it comes down to who owes me money, y'all figure that shit out. And I'm 50 Cent when it comes to money collection. They're the fucking soul alive that owes me.
Damn straight, bro. Shit. I wish you the best of luck with those lawsuits. You know, keep us updated over here at Quarterly Recordings.
I can't wait to finish the Fat Beats one. That shit's the funniest fucking thing in the world.
Yeah, tell us about that one.
A year ago. Okay, so here's the money we owe you. We're just gonna pay you. I'm like, we have to pay my attorney's fees now too. What? Yeah, I've spent more on attorney's fees than what you actually owe me. Listen. This is hip hop in a nutshell. Before we get out of here, businesses do bad business. They're looking out for their business. The artist is secondary, even though without the artist, the business doesn't function. So, like, if you would have paid me the money you owed me when you owed it to me before the attorneys, cool. No harm done. Water on the bridge. Let's keep it moving. I would still do business with the new owners of Fat Beats. I don't know them. They don't know me. But they've been told I'm this bad person because I'm suing them. Like, so we didn't settle because they just wanted to give me the money they owe me without the attorney's fees now. People don't have the money to fight this shit when they find out they're being, like, done wrong.
Yeah.
I'm spending $60,000 on legal fees to recover like 25 grand from Fat Beats.
Right.
And of that 25 grand, I think like 40% of it is mine.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of principle to be standing on.
You're willing to fucking destroy your life for these fucking for your, you know, protect yourself.
Argument about something totally separate. At the same time, I'm funding this lawsuit for him. It's the majority of the recovery money is his. I get all my attorney money back and whatever my percentage from the actual money Fat Beats owes, but I'm suing them for his bread. Like, so like we were having a falling out over some other shit, and luckily we like made everything right. You know, I think like a year went by, we didn't talk, but like communication, man. A lot of people are not masters of it. You know. But
yeah.
It's everything.
Any business with you know, where people are having to build relationships. I mean, people are fucking tough, dude. Especially in this hip hop shit, it gets competitive, and people get like really, you know, they feel really close to the art itself, and so they get really defensive over, you know, their favorite artists, and so.
Yeah, but I get that. I'm all for that, man. Like, just like I treat every project I work on like it's one of my babies, you know. Like, so it's like people take like issue with that, and it's like I feel just as connected to the record as the person that made the record. So like when Stacey Castro says like, oh, the world wouldn't have Wordsmith or fucking Messiah if it wasn't for me, I get it. I get what she's saying because she's somehow responsible for like I drove Chino to the studio or whatever the fuck you did.
Right.
It's like I get it. It sounds crazy when you say that shit out loud.
But it's true.
I'm very transparent of what I do for each of these records, whether I'm an A&R, whether I'm executive, whether I'm an admin, whatever it is.
Right. I mean, those plaques speak for themselves too. You didn't steal those motherfuckers, unless they're fake or something.
They're not.
Not fake.
And also of the 200 some albums I've done, I had 50 plus on the Billboard Top 100.
Yeah. Those
are verifiable stats.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, man. Good shit. I mean, personally, I'm interested in your connection with Strange Music. I'm from Kansas City. I'm sitting in Kansas City right now. Huge fan of Tech Nine and inspired by Strange Music. Yeah.
I got those plaques too, buddy.
I've seen the Fragile one.
Travis complimented me the other day on my mini car collection. You know, that motherfucker got like 40 cars.
Travis O'Gwen.
Yeah.
That's the man.
That is the man. It was nice of him to acknowledge my. It was nice of him to acknowledge my collection in the making.
Right,
There you go,
right.
buddy. I had to go back in the house just for you.
Hey, there it is, bro. I love it, dude. Iced out. That's dope. And with the Chino one. That's good shit, man.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we've been on for a while, so I think I'm gonna let you go now. But this was fantastic.
Leo, to DM me after this, I want to know more. He writes, I feel he doesn't put in the effort because the money return isn't worth it. If you're talking about cannabis, the advance money alone is worth it. All right? But motherfuckers do have to sell product And labels and investors have to be recouped before you can get into profit. So you don't just get to steal from people and decide that actually doing the work is not worth it, okay? Give the money back. Don't be a piece of shit, dude. Like, this whole independent game, this whole do-it-yourself regime only resonates and continues to work in favor of the artist if it's done right. When everyone like that's why, bro, you know how many fucking what are those things called? Kickstarters? Rappers ruined that shit for the whole world. Like, I funded like 10 of those things. I never got one fucking thing in the mail. That's the whole point. We're on the same playing field now as the labels. You can start your own label. You can be your own boss. You have to do it right. Imagine what would happen to me if I was selling a Chino XL album and 100 people ordered CDs and I shipped no one their CD. Do you think I could sell another project again? No. My business only works because I'm the face of it, because I stand behind the business. I'm the fulfillment with the customer, or with the subscription service. I'm doing all the customer service, the file fulfillment, the contract drafting. I'm your liaison for the distributors, whatever. That's why it's trusted, tried, and true. That's why my licensing business has won for 17 plus years. That's why the subscription service will win. Knowing that I'm in charge of the shit. Oh, well, if I have M80 to push my records through and da-da-da-da, good money. It only works, like, your word is only as good as you as a human being. Your business is only as good as you as a human being. When those things stop being good, that's when your life has gone bad.
Facts.
That's it. Simple.
Facts.
I didn't have to go to law school to realize that one.
Yeah, a lot of it's just common sense too. I think we just have a lack of common sense just in general in America, and it frustrates the hell out of me. So I like what you're doing. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, buddy. I appreciate you dedicating half your fucking YouTube channel to me.
You know how it is, man. People like the stories, bro. People are interested. So I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna make another cannabis video. And the story kept giving too. So
You know what my favorite thing was?
Huh.
There's this giant Reddit thread where, like, after she passed, it was like, everybody's disrespecting Chino's family. And this guy goes on and about me. And finally, I found out who it was. And, like, I DM'd this guy. It's some dude that's never even met Chino in his lifetime. It's literally just a super mega fan. That, I'm like, see, I hate you people. I hate you fucking people.
He probably legitimately believes that he has a personal relationship with Chino.
Yeah, like Eminem in the stands. Like, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like,
just crazy.
It's wild. So it's like, in time, the truth always sees the light of day. It's just like, goddamn, dude, I probably gained 100 new gray hairs and through all that shit, and like, whatever. That's the least of my concern, but I'm looking forward to brighter days.
For sure.
And I think so are his daughters, and and I just keep working, man.
For sure, man. All right. Well, keep us in the loop. Quarterly recordings. If there's updates on the lawsuits or anything, just feed us info. I'll keep reporting on the shit.
You got it, buddy. Thank you for your time.
Of course. Peace.
Jimmy John's, good choice.
Fuck yeah, bro. You already know.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Peace.
Later. Woo! Sorry, YouTube. Sorry, y'all got shafted there for, like an hour or so. But the show continues. The show continues over here on YouTube. Shout out Almighty M80. Go follow him on social media at Almighty M80 on Instagram or whatever. But what do we do now? I need a break. I gotta take a piss. And it's getting cold down here. I need a jacket on. What do we start at? We started at what, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30. We're 2 hours in. I got a whole bunch of stuff that I want to talk about. Might not hit all of it, but we got plenty here. So let me let's see here. Get situated. Let's get situated real quick. If you would give me a moment, pull up some links here. That was such a giving conversation. Hopefully you guys caught that on the Instagram. we did like an extra hour on Instagram Live on Almighty M80's Instagram. So hopefully he saves the. I'm sure he'll save it. Save the live on his feed. Let's see here. Pulling up some stories. I'm gonna go take a piss break. And then we'll get out of here. Then we will get out of here. All right. Gonna pull up some fucking music. Y'all getting I'm doing title screens now, y'all. I'm getting title screens in this bitch. We're doing higher production value out here nowadays. We got waiting screens and shit. So I'll be right back. I just gotta take a piss. Oh shit.
Do what you wanna do. You get it past the bureaucrats. They got the
All right. Your boy's back. I'm here, I promise. Here I am. All right. Wow. What an episode so far, you guys. What an epi. I'm energized. This is great. I wish this is the typical time of almost damn near 2 weeks. Wasn't like a planned break. I'm in school and the semester is getting crazy, y'all. So, but let's hit some stories. We got some stories that have been piling up over the course of my little break that I did there. It wasn't much of a break. I was still editing videos, but I didn't get many. I only got 2 videos done. Still actually working on one more. I'll probably drop one more highlight tonight from the last stream. But anyways, that's all beside the point. Let's get into some stories. Let's start off with this. Police say Atlanta rapper's cowardly actions led to innocent teen's birthday party murders. That rapper is Lil Baby. This is the way this headline is written is so stupid. But yeah, so police are saying that Lil Baby's actions led to the death of 2 teens at a birthday party in Atlanta. Let's read more. Atlanta News, WSB TV Atlanta, WSB TV 2. Police say the police quote Lil Baby's actions as being cowardly. On Wednesday afternoon, wait, let's get the date on this. February 26th. That was my birthday. This was reported on my birthday. The Atlanta Police Department held a news conference to announce 7 arrests in the shooting deaths of Jacody Davis and Lamont Freeman, both 13. Holy shit, man. These are kids. I wouldn't call them teenagers. I mean, maybe technically they're teenagers, but these are children. Freeman and Davis were killed in July 2024 while having a birthday party for Freeman. Major Ralph Woolfolk with the APD's Violent Crime Interdiction section said the boys' shootings were part of a gang war started with a shooting at a rapper's music video shoot. So it all started with Lil Baby's, with events that happened at Lil Baby's music video shoot. So they say the cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go into a rival gang stronghold in a place he knew he should not have been. So, okay, now I'm remembering. I didn't get a chance to brush up on these stories before the stream, so we're kind of going in these, raw, if you will. But now I am remembering that, yeah, so Lil Baby, he went into a rival gang's area to film a music video, and apparently, he knew that would ruffle some feathers. Obviously, it doesn't take a genius. I don't know the details of the gang, the inner details of the gang's beefs. Maybe it'll go into that. Channel 2 Action News has obtained arrest warrants confirming the rapper Woolfolk referenced was Lil Baby, whose real name is Dominique Jones. In May 2024, 3 men were shot while Jones' music video was being filmed. Police said in the days after the shooting, they saw several shootings and homicides that could be connected back to the music video shooting. So it really just this event was like a catalyst for violence throughout the rest of the week. Throughout the rest of the week. At that time, investigators said the boys' shootings stemmed from a high-ranking member of the gang opposing Jones' gang calling in a hit from a contraband cell phone inside a Georgia prison. What? Investigators said that the boys' shooting stemmed from so there was a high-ranking member of the gang opposing Jones' gang calling in a hit. So there was a hit called on somebody from Lil Baby's gang. So Lil Baby is openly in a gang? I mean, I know that shouldn't he be more discreet about that? Is that something that's well known? Is Lil Baby in a gang? Just Google that. The AI overview says no. Are we to believe the AI? AI says no, I believe it. No! Lil Baby has denied any involvement with gangs. But these reports are saying something completely different. Here we go, on Quora. Is Lil Baby a Crip? Let's see. Okay, we actually do have info. So Lil Baby was born in 1994 in Atlanta. He grew up hanging with friends like Young Thug, Coach K, and P. Leaning more, who the fuck is P? It's not Pee Wee Longway. There's someone, dude. His name is just P. P-E-E. Urine, bro. P, aka Lil Urine. Yeah, you. I'm Lil Urine, but you could call me P. That's great. So leaning more toward a life of petty crime and street hustling, while his friends went on to thrive in the music industry. What? What? Okay, that was early. They're talking early, 2014. So Baby was had not hit the scene yet in 2014. In 2015, at age 19, Lil Baby. Okay, so he's younger than I even. Wait, no. Wait, what? Yeah, okay. So he was 19 in 2015, but so was I. This isn't adding up. I was born in 1996. In 2015, I was 19. But they're saying he was born in 1994. So all of this is actually to be taken with a grain of salt. They have their basic facts wrong here. So I am going to continue to read it, though. Lil Baby went to prison for 2 years for a probation violation. He was released in 2017. Interesting enough, Atlanta rapper Lil Baby was a 30 Deep Blood gang. Here's a mugshot of Lil Baby with the other members of the Bloods. They got arrested somewhere back in 2013. They were responsible for robbery, shootings, and so forth. All of them, except for Lil Baby, are doing 50 years to life. Whoa. What, did he snitch? What? Did he snitch? Dude, let's say that he snitched. Because that's what it looks like, at least. Let's say that he snitched. Remember, he came on the scene with Gunna. QLC had, paired them up together. Like, they were a pairing at the time in, 2018. And Gunna's a snitch, too! I don't know. Interesting. I don't really have a point with that. I just find it interesting. Word is that Lil Baby is indeed a Crip and rolls with... Wait, what? Wait, hold on. I thought he was a Blood. Now, apparently, Lil Baby got beat up so bad because he had testified against his other Blood gang members. Okay, so he is a snitch. Whoa! Is this... I'm finding all this out. This is, new information to me. But it's also, Okay, let me just... Let's just settle that... Let's settle the facts. Lil Baby, age. So he's 30. He was born in 1994. Lil Baby, age in 2015. Oh, yeah, I guess I'm 29, too. Okay, he's only a year older than me. Honestly, I forget how old I am now. I'm basically 30 at this point. I turned 29. So, I guess it is all adding up. So, we're gonna believe Quora here. So, I was right about, Lil Baby's a snitch, which is so ironic because Gunna is now labeled as a snitch as well, and they came on the scene together, and then they were both, ended up snitches. So maybe it's time for another Gunna and Lil Baby collab album. Maybe now might be the perfect time. So he testified against the other Bloods. They are all apparently serving 50 years to life while he is free. With a thriving music career. I mean, he's damn near... he's B-list, right? Lil Baby, he's definitely B-list. For sure, at least B-list. A B-list rapper, but certainly very famous and very well off, while the rest of his gang is serving 50 years to life in prison. For crimes that they seemingly all committed together. Word is that Lil Baby is indeed a Crip and rolls with the Rollin' 60s Neighborhood Crips, no pun intended. The Rollin' 60s Neighborhood Crips is a street gang based in L.A., California, originally formed in L.A. in 1976 from the Westside Crips and have since spread to other cities in the U.S. So what, did he go back? Ooh, so maybe this is what happened. He basically burned down his connections in Atlanta. If I'm just based off this, please, anybody feel free to correct me on if I'm getting the facts wrong here. But based off of this, the story seems to be that Lil Baby got involved in a blood gang in Atlanta, the 30 Deep Blood gang in Atlanta, while he was very young, in his late teens. They all got arrested for crime sprees that they were doing together. Lil Baby testified against his other gang members. They all went to jail. He skirted jail and went on to become a very famous, very successful rapper. At the basically at the same time as that's happening, he is in LA, becoming that famous, successful rapper, and obviously shunned by the Bloods at this point, for obvious reasons, and so joins the Crips while he's in LA. Which I wonder how often that happens. Does that happen often? You snitch on one gang and the next just takes you in? Like, they must treat him like dog shit. If I mean, maybe not, since he has clout as being Lil Baby. But if he was just like a regular gang member and he comes in after being disgraced from his past gang, they treat you like a bitch. So I'm curious how that dynamic works. But, oh shit, my goddamn microphone just... What the okay. Right. So he moves to LA, becomes a Crip. Then in 2024, after all that, damn near a decade after all of that, he is in Atlanta shooting a music video and purposefully goes to the Blood, I'm guessing a Blood neighborhood. After all of this, like, what is he doing? And then it results in the death of two 13-year-olds? Holy shit, you guys. Like, whoa. Lil Baby. Reckless? Stupid? Snitch? What? I mean, I don't know. And then I'm also now remembering that video, which this is actually unrelated, but somewhat related because it's Lil Baby. Remember he was getting arrested and he was drunk as fuck? And he was like, I can't remember exactly, but he was fucking with the cop that was arresting him. I think we should revisit that video just because it's on topic. Just help paint the Lil Baby image. We're learning a lot about Lil Baby's character this year. This is my Braille porn. According to Almighty M80. I love it. Baby arrested. Here it is. So yeah, what the fuck is going on with Lil Baby? Okay.
Take my man down. You want to take my man down? Nah, I don't want to do that. Y'all certainly good. If I go to jail with a gun, y'all so make sure y'all check me good.
This is the same year that he
check me good. I gotta go.
is being accused, like the same summer that he is being accused of being the catalyst of sparking the events that would take the lives of two innocent 13-year-olds for knowingly going into a rival gang territory to shoot a music video. And then not only did those two teens die, children die, apparently for the rest of the week, crimes were happening between those two rival gangs across the city. Just extreme reckless behavior, and the reason we're watching this arrest footage is just to fill in extra little coloring details of Lil Baby's reckless behavior. Although this is a very funny video. He is super drunk getting arrested.
You on the camera? I got a gun in my nuts. Check me.
I got a gun in my nuts. Remember that?
I got a gun.
I got a gun in my nuts.
Shoot myself in the head. Y'all
How could I forget that?
super hard. I'm gonna shoot myself in the head when I get in the car. I gotta
Oh yeah, and then he says, I'm going to shoot myself in the head as soon as I get in the car. Man, he's a weird dude. It's a lot of cops. I got a gun in my nuts.
Come here.
Lil Baby.
Hey! I need 20 bands. Call the number for me. Hey, security. The black guy.
Okay. Oh yeah, and then he tries to bribe the security officer. All right, let's continue with the article. Wait, was there anything else on this? Oh wait, so they're piecing together clues that he's a Crip. So I guess it's not confirmed that he's a Crip, but he's posting with a lot of blue. So, whoa! Oh, okay. I thought I read some super racist shit. Never mind. I thought this said monkey, dude. So, forgive me. Jesus Christ. Not racist. No raging racist on Quora today. That's good. So yeah, bruh. Lil Baby, what the fuck? In May 2024, 3 men were shot while Jones' music video was being filmed. Police said in the days after the shooting, they saw several shootings and homicides that could be connected back to the music video shooting. Investigators said the boys' shootings stemmed from a high-ranking member of the gang opposing Jones' gang calling in a hit from a contraband cell phone inside a Georgia prison. So yeah, that's a wrinkle that kind of is tripping me up. I don't know the details of that. I wonder if I can... Lil Baby calling in a hit from... I don't know. If I Google this, it's just going to pull up the same article, so... I just want more details on it. Make sure our stream's good here. Woolfolk also had a direct statement for Jones during the news conference. This team will work relentlessly to hold you accountable, he said. A $50,000 reward is being offered for more info. All right. And since that was a while ago that I found that link, let's see if there is any updates. Wait, first, before we look for more updates, let's see what people are saying about this on Reddit. To answer your question, some dumb fucks think street cred is more important than anything. You can be a multi-platinum rapper, and for some reason it means nothing if you can't gangbang. Forrest Gump's mama said it best, stupid is as stupid does. So they're just talking about, like, why the fuck is he involved in gangs when he is so successful? A lot of people get wrapped up in extortion-like deals, especially if you use the street cred to gain fame or virality in your local area. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, you saw what happened to 6ix9ine, and watching the documentary on BFM will shed a lot more light on it. I'm going to look into that. Excuse my ignorance. I don't know what the documentary on BFM means. Speed and Angels? I don't know. I'm not finding it. I don't think I'm finding what the fuck that is, but whatever. Okay, so let's see here. Lil Baby caused death of teenagers. Arrest made in teen's death a week ago. We'll watch this. So this...
That Atlanta new warrants reveal that Atlanta police believe a shooting that resulted in the deaths of 2 teens happened because of a Lil Baby music video. This afternoon, police announced 2 additional arrests made in connection to the shooting last summer.
And then police say that this was all the result of tension, a beef between 2 gangs. The 11 Alive's Erica Murphy is live from police headquarters with the very latest. So, Erica, what led police to these arrests?
Well, Ron, they say that a wiretap between a man sitting behind bars and some of the suspects is one of the things that tipped them off to all of the people they've arrested so far. They also shared that the plot for this deadly shooting runs deep. In fact, we have confirmed after looking over arrest warrants for the 7 people implicated in this deadly shooting that one of the people they're looking at is Atlanta-based rapper Lil Baby.
Video evidence depicted several people in this community pouring out of their apartments, attempting to triage wounds, attempting to transport persons to the hospital.
On July 2nd, a shooting at the Oakland City West End Apartments claimed the life of 13-year-old best friends Jacody Davis and Lamont Freeman. The pair were gathered to celebrate Freeman's birthday. Another child, just 11, was also shot.
Is the birthday party for one of the kids?
Was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes. Before gang violence ultimately took his life.
Officials say Atlanta police, along with the FBI, have been working for months to bring the people responsible for taking these 2 young lives to justice. Major Ralph Woolfolk says that the killings are tied to a gang rivalry that escalated during a video shoot.
Gang violence that was orchestrated by adults in our city, and cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been.
In all, 7 people have been arrested, but 2 men, Ollie Caldwell and Traydon Crawford, were just arrested. Now, police say there is now a $50,000 reward to bring everyone who might be involved with the shooting to justice. And we also want you to know that we've been hearing for months through tipsters that rapper Lil Baby might be involved in this, but today was the first day we were able to report it because we confirmed it through those warrants that we looked at. Reporting from Atlanta Police Headquarters, Erica Murphy, 11 Alive News.
Let me get you a cold one.
Baby. You better buckle up, baby, because I have a feeling this is just the beginning of this for him. Sheesh. Let's see. Let's move on. We're moving on. What do I want to hit? What do we want to hit? Should we talk about Stormzy? I'm not super excited to talk about this one, but I mean, I might as well fucking hit it. It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. It's just a dicey topic. But it's fine. We don't run from topics over here. Quarter day recordings. I've been working on that. That accent there. That's pretty good, huh? Oi! Alright. Let's check this shit. Sorry. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Stormzy, UK grime rapper Stormzy, had to issue a statement after he deleted pro-Palestine tweets amidst a McDonald's collab. This is pretty fucking embarrassing. Although his hands were certainly tied. But yeah, I mean, he was kind of in a catch-22 here. Because who the fuck is going to say no to the McDonald's collab, right? Who's going to say no to that back? It seems wholesome. Like, who would say no to that? Bro, McDonald's is offering you a collab? Like, you jump on that, dude, right? But apparently well, let's read before I get any facts wrong. Let's just read. From the Independent here. Stormzy has responded after facing social media backlash after pro-Palestine tweets appeared to be deleted amid his new collaboration with McDonald's. The rapper 31 was at the center of controversy after revealing his new limited edition McDonald's meal, the Stormzy meal. He has hit out at the twisted narrative that has been created online, insisting that his stance on Palestine has not changed at all. Okay. So before we get deeper, let's look at the Okay, so I clicked on this. I thought this was going to give me info on his collab. So this is another article that they wrote before. It's kind of the same. Okay, wait, hold on. So nearly 10 days before they wrote this article about Stormzy issuing a statement, the Independent released this article saying Stormzy faces backlash for McDonald's collaboration after pro-Israel claims. So he unveiled his Stormzy meal, but was quickly accused of hypocrisy for working with the fast food chain over the company's perceived support of Israel. This is dumb. See, at this point, this is, dude, bro, McDonald's isn't Israel, right? They're a huge corporation. Now, I'm not trying to defend them in anything. Like, I know it's probably true that the head of the corporation is probably like a supporter of Israel, right? They've donated shit to the IDF. They've donated money. I don't know what the facts are. I'm just guessing. I'm safely assuming that McDonald's probably does, or the CEOs of McDonald's probably do support Israel, right? That I am not denying. But to lob that at an artist who is trying to further their career, an artist that you supposedly love, you're going to expect them to decline an opportunity like that. Now, if they do decline it, by all means, like, stand on your ground. That's great. Good for you. But if they accept it, you're going to immediately turn to the Israel thing and the Palestine thing and trying to call them a hypocrite. Like, bro, that's so fucked up. If you're a fan of this artist. And if you're not a fan of this artist, what the fuck does it matter to you? So, I mean, I just see it's fucked up. Now, this is before there were claims that he deleted any tweets, right? So they were just saying, yo, this is fucked up. You're working with McDonald's because Israel. And because you tweeted this about Palestine. It's like, bro, you can do, like, McDonald's isn't Israel itself. Like, come on. It's so obtuse and ridiculous. So that's just my opinion on that. But, so here goes into the details. The company has been the subject of boycotts from pro-Palestine campaigners after McDonald's in Israel gave out thousands of free meals to Israeli forces and citizens following Hamas attack on Israel on October 7th, which even that is stupid. I mean, Israel, they did atrocities, obviously, and it's horrible, and there's no excuse for that. But they were also, like, attacked. Like you know. So McDonald's, in the direct wake of October 7th, is giving meals out. Like, I'm not mad at that. That's just humanitarian, bro. It's just humanitarian. But, that's enough to literally just make McDonald's actually just like McDonald's is Israel now. McDonald's CEO Chris Kempczynski has previously denied that the company has taken sides in the conflict, calling the boycotts disheartening and ill-founded and blaming it on misinformation. The rapper's collaboration with the company comes after he appeared to remove an Instagram post. Okay. That, from last year that read, I hope everyone is good from some fleeting thoughts. What? There's more. 1, free Palestine. 2, in the future, if there's ever a clear injustice in the world, no matter how big or small, 100 times out of 100, I will always be on the side of the oppressed, unequivocally. Now I'm confused if this is like a new tweet or an old tweet. So yeah, he's saying free Palestine. He'll always be on the side of the oppressed, unequivocally, as I always have been. It is unclear when the rapper deleted the post in relation to his McDonald's collaboration. So this is the original post, and apparently now it's deleted, and people are pointing that out in the wake of the McDonald's collab, trying to paint him as some like evil genocide supporter, or like, supporting genocide for money or something, like, or turning a blind eye to genocide for money, but at the same time, they're not even sure when the post was deleted or why. So, it's just a lot of lines being connected for no reason. It's worth noting that some stars routinely archive posts on their social media pages, so the rapper's pro-Palestine post could have been removed before the collaboration was underway. They literally don't even know. What is the point of this article? I mean, so, hold on, I got, my phone's buzzing here, hold on. Anyways, let's go back to the original article here. So now they have, within 10 days, wrote 2 articles about the same exact thing. Is there any updates? Like, why did they write 2 articles about the same exact situation with no updates? Is there an update? It doesn't seem like there's any updates between these 2 articles. It's very interesting. Is this the same author, Mariah Butt? This author's last name is Butt, B-U-T-T, Ellie Muir. So 2 different authors. Okay, so 2 different people want to talk about the same thing. That's fine. Her last name is literally Butt. Anybody here? No one's here to watch this shit? That's fucking hilarious, dude. What the fuck? I love that. So they're saying that he was at the center of controversy after unveiling the new limited. It seems like the only people that care about this is the magazine. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but so he said at the Twisted Narrative, the company has been this. So I guess the only update is that he Okay. Maybe he gave a statement, and that was the reason they wrote this new article. However, it has been apparent removal. It was the apparent removal of Stormzy's pro-Palestine post that caused the most outrage, but they're not even sure when they were removed. Someone wrote, "I can't lie, it's deleting the post that says free Palestine that makes the McDonald's deal far worse. You can argue the deal, but deleting the very smallest bit of advocacy you did is nasty work." Bro, I mean, what's the tweet? I don't know. Stormzy did not need to do that. Okay. The Peace and Justice Project, founded by former labor leader Jeremy Corbyn, who Stormzy has regularly championed, also urged the rapper to drop the collaboration in solidarity with the case. Damn. Yeah, that's quite the pressure there. Hey guys, I want to address some twisted narrative that has been circulating online this past week. The rapper wrote in a post addressing the accusations on Instagram on Friday. Firstly, I didn't archive the post. He's saying I did not archive the post where I came out in support of Palestine for any reason outside of me archiving loads of IG posts last year. I believe that because there's no evidence or reason to believe that he deleted it unless somebody has that. I haven't seen any evidence to signify that he deleted it after the collab was announced. It's very strange. Dude, they're like, whoa. They're like assuming that McDonald's forced him to delete a post, like one post about Palestine. I mean, if it's true, show me the timeline. Show me that's insane. In that post I spoke about, people are like running with this, dude. In that post I spoke about free Palestine oppression and injustice, and my stances on that has not changed. And there's no reason to not believe him. Literally no reason to not believe him about that. The brands I work with can't tell me what to do and don't tell me what to do, otherwise I wouldn't work with them. Literally, why would McDonald's reach out to him? It's not like he is going to McDonald's and knocking at their door demanding them give him a Stormzy meal. No, they seeked him out. They're not going to seek someone out and then force them to do something like kind of outrageous. Like, they want him to do that. Like, use your fucking brains, people. I do my own research on all brands I work with, gather my own information for my own opinion, and come to my own conclusion before doing business. I'm writing this because I know there are people out there who have supported me and rooted for me who are genuinely confused and hurt by what they think has happened, and I want to give those people clarity, so I hope this helps. The thing is, like, these fans, like, they don't even care about, like, the fact that this artist that they supposedly love is making strides in their career. I mean, getting that McDonald's collab is huge, bro. That's huge for your brand, for your name recognition. That puts you in everybody's household. That instantly does work towards making you a household name. So, the fans should want that. They should want that. And now if there is a situation where it's like obvious that he had a whole page of pro-Palestine tweets, and then all of a sudden it's all wiped clean, and he's totally like changed his tune on everything, and like right at the moment that this McDonald's collab happens, like I would understand. No, nothing like that has happened. He is a supporter of Palestine. He is absolutely 100% pro-Palestine. It's so clear. It's so obvious. Anybody with 2 brain cells could see that. These people are not fans. These people that are mad at Stormzy, I hope he realizes that they are not huge fans of his. Maybe some are here and there, but the main brunt of this backlash that he's getting is people that are not fans of his. Not fucking hip-hop fans, not fans of his. Maybe like very lightly in like the lightest of senses, they like a song or something, but no, true fans don't. No, they don't. It's fucking... if there was like real evidence to suggest to me that he, I don't know, supports the IDF's genocide or something, no, nothing like that has happened. He says, I understand it must feel disappointing and disheartening when it seems like someone you've championed has compromised their beliefs for commercial gain, but this isn't the case here. Social media and the internet quickly pass judgment without full context. While I want to continue to be open and honest, I prefer not to respond immediately to every misunderstanding or clear up every false narrative that surrounds my name. Yeah, dude, Stormzy, bro, I hope, if you're hearing this, don't worry, bro. Those people are nuts. I promise you, dude. That's fucking nuts. Okay. That's Stormzy. Shout out Stormzy, bro. Sorry you're going through that. You don't deserve that shit. You did nothing wrong. Shout out Stormzy. I'm gonna play some Stormzy tonight in honor of you, bro. Cause that's totally fucking unfair. I'm out. It's crazy. All right. What next? What next should we hit? Fyre Fest is coming back. Who's excited for Fyre Fest? Remember Fyre Fest? The festival disaster that happened in 2017 or whatever. They shipped out tons of rich college students and festival goers out to some little island, and they were greeted with cold cheese sandwiches and dirty tents and nothing more than that. It was a huge scandal, and Billy McFarland even went to jail, possibly. Let's see. I think he did. Did Billy McFarland go to prison? Yes, he went to prison for 6 years because of Fyre Fest. 6 years after being... Oh, wait. Yeah. After being convicted of wire fraud in connection with Fyre Festival, he was released in March 2022 after serving less than 4 years. So he served less than 4 of his 6-year sentence. He's arrested in Manhattan federal court in May 2017. He pleaded guilty to 2 counts of wire fraud. In March 2018, McFarland was sentenced to 6 years in federal prison. He was released in March 2022 after serving less than 4 years. McFarland continues to pay restitution to investors and ticket buyers who were defrauded of more than $26 million. McFarland has announced plans for a second Fyre Festival called Fyre Festival 2, which is scheduled to take place in Mexico. And that's why we're here, to get the scoop on that. So let's take a listen.
You don't have any artists lined up yet. So you're telling people to buy tickets when they have no idea who is going to be performing at this thing, if anyone is going to be performing, because that was the issue with the first Fyre Fest.
Isn't it kind of wild that a music festival has this much buzz with no actual music artists? So maybe
this
the
guy is
marketing
so
plan
dumb.
is working, but I think you guys have to have
I
me
hate
back
this
on
guy.
when we actually announce the talent.
Oh my god, I'm so serious, guys. I actually fucking hate this guy. Dude, look how smug he is. Oh my god, the sound of his voice. The way that he answered that question was with that... You know, it's actually kind of interesting that it has so much buzz and literally not even a single artist is signed up for it. Dude, the huffing of his own farts. That's how he survived in jail, was huffing his own farts.
Talent.
Billy, Billy, I'm sorry, but I have to say this. You're describing exactly what happened the first time when you ended up going to prison for it. Are you worried?
This has got to be a publicity stunt, right? It has to be a publicity stunt. I think that's what's going on here. There's no way that anybody would actually let him do this Fyre Festival thing. You know, there's whatever the powers that be are that, you know, approve things to get things moving and, you know, no one's going to get this guy past fucking go. He's not getting past go. And he knows that. And he's literally still paying restitution for ticket buyers. Probably every month. He's seeing that money go to people that he fucked over every month. He is constantly reminded of the first Fyre Fest. Constantly. I guarantee it. Just my guess. I'm assuming here. But, you know it's true. This is a publicity stunt. He's trying to keep his name out there. That's why he responded like that. He's so not serious here. He's so not serious. So this is just funny. This is just entertainment. I have to believe that, or else I'm going to go crazy about this guy.
That if this doesn't come together, that there are going to be consequences for you.
The biggest difference this time is that there is a real festival company actually operating Fyre
Who? No way.
Festival. So I have fun coming on here and talking to you guys, and I have fun, you know, hopefully swimming with the whale sharks and getting people to get outside their comfort zone. But there are real music professionals doing this.
Dude, oh my god, don't tell me it's true, bro. If like a real music festival company comes in and like does a festival the right way with the Fyre Fest branding, that actually will be hilarious, dude. If Fyre Fest actually becomes a legitimate yearly festival, respected, if it becomes what it was always supposed to be from the get-go, how can I hate on that? I mean, I do hate this guy. I really do. I do not like this guy. Never have. But I can't lie, that would be funny as shit.
You do ever?
So maybe it's true. Maybe it is happening. I could see, I could see how a legitimate festival company could see value in the branding. Although it's kind of risky because people are like going to be super skeptical. But if they can make it happen and make it improve to people that it's like legit now, it could be very powerful.
Real artists, they'll be announcing them professionally, and I'm just trying to stir the pot and hopefully have a couple of really fun people who understand that life ultimately is about getting outside of your comfort zone and taking risks. And I'd love to meet those people at Fyre too.
Do you actually all have some artists booked, but we just haven't announced it yet?
Correct. We have artists booked.
Would you give us one?
I wish I could, but
Or
let me
how
get
about
comfortable
this?
here.
How about a hint that describe what decade is this, or was their heyday, this performer?
There's a great current DJ, and she is going to lead a whale shark excursion during the day and then perform at night.
Grimes?
So excited to announce her.
Grimes. It's got to be Grimes, right? A whale exploration? Sounds like Grimes. Sounds like Grimes shit. Hi, Billy. I applied for the job that picks up the bottles of water from customs, and I haven't heard back yet. Please let me know. I don't know what that means. All right. So, yeah, that's... Okay, wait. I actually have another link about it, too, actually. Let's see here. Oh, wait. Wait, I thought I did. Maybe I don't. I guess not. All right, wait. I thought I had another link about it. Fuck it. I mean, sure, I guess that's that on that, right? Let's see what else I can find. To Fyre Fest 2 news. Oh, here we go. Okay. 11 hours ago. We're getting practically live updates on the story. 11 hours ago on Fader. On the Fader magazine. Fyre Festival 2, everything that's real and possibly fake. 8 years on from the ill-fated luxury event organizer Billy McFarlane is back for another attempt. He looks like Cody Ko. Am I wrong? He looks like Cody Ko. The first Fyre Festival is one of the most well-chronicled sagas of the past decade, a luxury weekend of music and good times with beautiful people in Blink-182 that ended up being more akin to Survivor for influencers. The fallout led to 2 documentaries, 1 prison sentence, and the name Fyre Festival becoming shorthand for any event that over-promises and under-delivers. The idea that there could ever be a follow-up event seemed fanciful at best, but organizer Billy McFarlane never dropped the idea of a Fyre Festival 2. In an age of unnecessary sequels, surely this one tops them all. McFarlane, though, disagrees. He has said on Instagram that many people would think he is crazy for doing this again, but is selling tickets to a second Fyre Festival and swears this time it will be different. Many others disagree. Let's see if do they have a website? They do. Oh, God. Okay. Whoa. Tickets? How much are... $1,400? $25,000! Be part of the creation. Your own exclusive getaway. First step to the extraordinary. What is this? The Phoenix Pass? This looks so fancy, dude. This website, I mean, it looks cool, but it's like unusable. I'm not even touching anything, dude. What the fuck? This website. Oh my God, dude, this website is so bad. Look how laggy it is. Where's my cursor? Am I like tripping right now? Look. I do this. I don't even know where I am in the page. I'm lost, dude. Okay, fuck this website. No one's gonna be able to buy anything on that website. It's what the fuck. Anyways. So he's selling tickets to Fyre Fest 2. Is Fyre Fest 2 actually real? According to McFarlane, yes it is. In 2023, he tested the waters of credulity by listing a batch of 100 pre-sale tickets for $500 and amazingly sold them all. In September 2024, McFarlane spoke with NBC News about Fyre Fest 2, saying, "We have the chance to embrace the storm and really steer our ship into all the chaos that has happened, and if it's done well, I think Fyre has a chance to be this annual festival that really takes over the festival industry." Dude, what a story that would be. In early February, McFarlane appeared on TV to confirm that things had progressed further. Fyre 2 is real, he told the Today Show. "My dream is finally becoming reality." A website was launched advertising an event taking place on May 30, June 2nd, 2025. Oh, wait. A website was launched advertising an event taking place on May 30th through June 2nd, 2025. Is that where we just were? Yeah, that's where we just were. I don't want to go back there. May 30th, that's coming up, bro. Where's the artist announcements? Who's on this shit? Ticket holders are promised the chance to defy the impossible alongside some of the most fascinating people in the world. Then you come together at night to celebrate. Whoa.
With the Planet
That's
Fitness Blood Card,
inspiring,
you'll get your first month free when you join today. Sign up for just $1 down, $24.99.
My dream is finally becoming a reality.
8 years after the infamous Fyre Festival spectacularly flamed out,
no one can get in the room,
leaving attendees who'd been expecting a glamorous music festival, sleeping in emergency relief tents and eating cheese sandwiches.
Okay, how long till water comes?
The failed festival even gaining global attention with streaming documentaries showcasing the debacle.
The biggest event in a decade, I promise you.
Its founder, Billy McFarlane, who spent 4 years...
That smile. I hate the smile.
The biggest event in a decade, I promise you.
Its founder, Billy...
Dude. Sleep paralysis demon, dude.
McFarlane, who spent 4 years behind bars for fraud, says it's back and will actually happen safely this time. McFarlane sat down exclusively with NBC News, revealing the festival's exact location, Isla Mujeres, Mexico, and new dates, May 30th to June 2nd.
Coming up.
Pushed back by a month.
We just needed the extra month to give our partners time to get everything ready.
Using partners is new this time around.
It's just, dude, this is no different than the first time. I'm calling it now. No different.
McFarlane is no longer handling the details. A major festival operator is on board.
What about Ja Rule? Is Ja Rule involved in this one?
With hotel and travel partners and ticketing companies.
Why do you think those partners agreed to partner with you, given what happened the first time?
Fyre 2 really isn't about the past, and it's not really about me. It's about taking the vision, which is strong.
Tickets go on sale this morning, just $2,000 in total, ranging in price from $1,400 to $1.1 million. An experience McFarlane says includes yacht accommodations and access to artists performing, though no artists have been announced yet.
So we're going to have artists across electronic, hip-hop, pop, and rock. However, it's not just music. We might have a professional skateboarder do a demonstration. You might have...
Dude, why... We're gonna have elephants skydiving from airplanes, landing in the middle of the field, and then on two of their feet. You know what I mean? Like, this dude's imagination is unparalleled. Wow, dude, a visionary, a true visionary.
An MMA champion teach you techniques in the morning, and
you say we might have. Are any of these for sure haves? Are they booked?
So I think what makes Fyre so cool is that we are selling the experience of Fyre. I want to be one of the first.
Just completely avoid the question. Oh, man. This guy is something else.
Festivals that can sell out with no artists.
But you do have them booked.
We're announcing the artists over the next few months, so I'm not in charge of booking the talent.
Will these be A-list names that are involved?
I really hope so, and I expect so from our conversations.
But whether McFarlane will see any of this firsthand, an open question, because part of his penalty restricts his travel.
Can you...
Right, this is all a load of bullshit, you guys.
Go to Mexico.
So I don't know. I have to be okay with mentally maybe watching a live stream from my computer and crying a little bit. I have to ask for international travel.
McFarlane says he knows the experience might not be for everyone.
It's 2,000 people taking the risk, seeking the adventure, and wanting to be there for the moment.
Taking the risk. Is it a risk to buy a ticket to Fyre Festival too?
I think it's always a risk. You're taking a risk because I made a lot of bad decisions and messed up the first festival. Until it's experienced, there is a risk component to it.
So now a minimum of $500,000 from this Fyre Fest will go toward the $26 million in restitution that McFarland still owns, and even beyond.
There it is. I think that's it. It's so hard to tell. Maybe he actually genuinely believes that this is going to happen, and he is so desperate for the money because he owes these people that he is willing. He's so deep in this shit. So maybe he has actually convinced himself, and maybe people are swindling him, convincing him that it's going to happen, and he's just like, look, they're telling me it's going to happen. And I don't think this is going to happen, guys. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it. I don't think it's happening.
On that, he and every one of his partners have committed to 10% of the total profits going toward it as well. By the way, based on interest they've seen on their site, they say they think they could sell out within a day. Of course, a lot of people are wondering if McFarland can pull this off, given what a chaotic disaster the festival was the first time around.
So, yeah, we'll see. You know, we will see. We will see. I'm going to have to get out of here pretty soon. I got shit to do. And I've been on for a fat ass minute. 3 hours, right? 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30. We're hitting 3 hours. Should I do a little bit of music of the week? I think that'd be a good idea. Let's get into music of the week. I got a handful of songs and one project I want to shout out. Just one project. We'll start with the project. And then we'll hit the songs. All right. Listen. Album of the week. Really, album of the last 2 weeks. Because I didn't stream last week and wasn't too much music that came out 2 weeks ago. More that came out last week. But this is the one. If you're going to check out any hip-hop album that came out the last 2 weeks, check out Shab Van Gogh by Mike Shab. Shab? Mike Shab? I think it's Mike Shab. Mike Shab Van Gogh. If you follow QDR's Instagram page, you've seen me talk about this guy. I've even posted about him on the YouTube posting feed. So maybe you've seen me post his screenshots or something. This dude's fucking awesome. He dropped one of my favorite albums last year. I was turned on to him in 2023. He had a collab EP with Nicholas Craven. That's where I found him. That shit's fucking good. I was going to look it up, but fuck it. Go look it up yourself. Nicholas Craven, Mike Shab. And then he dropped Suicide 3 last year. Made my albums of the year list, top albums of the year list. I believe it made the top 10. It's in the top 10. And here is his latest offering since last year's project. This thing is, it's super fucking, I don't know. I don't even want to describe it. I just want you to go listen to it. This is one of the most, creative voices in hip hop right now that's popped on the scene to me personally in the last 2 years. And that's not an over exaggeration. And I'm talking about giving something new and easily digestible. You know, there's a lot of new shit that's like, oh, this is so different. And it's like, you listen to it, it's like, yeah, it's so different because it's like I'm not going to eat up all of this shit. Like, it's not feeding my soul exactly the way that I want it to be fed, right? I really appreciate an artist or something, but no, Mike Shab is giving me exactly what my soul needs. Like, it's 2009 and I found Mac Miller for the first time. Like, at that time, I'm like, this is the dude, right? Mike Shab is that guy for me right now. Super, like, creatively, like, kind of on a different plane than some of his peers. A lot of his peers, in my opinion. I love the sound of his voice. He can also sing these melodies, dude. The melodies on Suicide 3 are just, like, so alien. I love it. So alien. So, like, if you like Pink Sifu, you know, if you're looking for, like, experimental hip-hop, This isn't as experimental as Pink Sifu, but that's kind of what I was trying to say with, like, you know, I like Pink Sifu. I appreciate his experimental nature, but like, it's not as easy to listen to as something like this Mike Shab here. So I appreciate both, you know. I don't know if any of that's making fucking sense. I think really you should just go listen to it. And to be honest, this one might not connect. I have a feeling this one is not as easy to digest even as Suicide 3. There's a lot of like, it's kind of like a spacey. There's a lot of like space here in this album. But I'm very much appreciating it. And it's a 2 listen. You gotta give this one a run back. Listen to it the first time. Your brain might not be able to like tell if it is 100% in or not. But that second listen through of this shit, I'm telling you, it hits. It hits like heroin, dude. And I knew this album was gonna be great because the singles "Merry Go Round" and "Jank" were fucking. Dude, "Merry Go Round" might be my favorite song of the year so far, next to some shit off of Balloonerism. So yeah, that's me yapping about Mike Shab. He's from like Ontario. He's definitely from Canada. He lost his. He only has one ear. That's the whole Shab Van Gogh and the bandage around his ear. I didn't know this until this album came out. The dude is missing one of his ears. I don't know the story. I don't know what happened. But he is Van Gogh in this bitch. He is Van Gogh in this bitch. And truly like a really, really creative hip-hop artist that you need to check out because he's only going to get more important from here. Oh yeah, here we go. Shadow Moses is the one. These are the 2 here that really put me on him. Shadow Moses EP with Nicholas Craven and Suicide 3. And I've, you know, since gone deeper into his discography. Suicide 2 is cool too. But yeah, Mike Shab. Go check it out. And on this album, we're going to, you know, transition into my songs of the week. On this album, I want to shout out Can't Wait. Let's give it a little go. Just a little go. This is... here we go. So that's like the bop on the album. I was really bopping with that one. I don't know. I'm still trying to like figure this one out. It's like it's kind of short listen. It's only 28 minutes. The songs are very like meditative and hypnotic. I'll say that. This shit's hypnotic as fuck. That's what I appreciate about Mike Shab. I also want to shout out this new one from Little Sims. Her new album Lotus is coming out May 9th, and she released a new single from it called Flood, featuring Obeng Jayar and Moonchild Sinelli. You know, we got some jungle drums going on. It's big. It's Little Sims. It's dramatic. And then we got the Obeng Jayar vocals in there, which make it. You know, we're getting exotic with this one. We're getting exotic with this first single, and I'm liking it a lot. Okay, new album Lotus, Little Sims, May 9. We will be here, waiting. There's the Obeng Jayar. So yeah, fucking fire. Big jungle drums, and then Obeng Jayar's you know, exotic sounding vocals in there. It's great. It's good shit. Very pleased with that new single. All right, this one I'm gonna give a forewarning for this album cover. It's kind of saucy, but the new Serpent with Feet is a R&B artist, R&B soul artist, who is very I don't know, avant-garde, especially like his earlier work, Soil. Like this shit is very like, it makes you feel a certain type of way. Like it's very like almost weird, borderline weird, but beautifully weird type of shit. He released this sequel to an album that came out like 2 years ago. Just released like more of the same album, I guess, but they're all new songs. Like now it's a double disc, and there's some good shit on there. And I want to specifically shout out the song "Wanderer." I guarantee, dude, give this shit a chance. I'm telling you, like, don't be turned off by like the cover or anything. Like, just listen to the fucking music. Minimize the cover if it makes you uncomfortable. I don't know. I mean, it'd be ridiculous for that to make you feel uncomfortable, but just listen to the music. Shit's gorgeous. Beautiful, dude. If you love hip hop, you're gonna like you've got to appreciate this shit. I mean, it's moving, it's touching, dude, so sensual, dude. It's Serpent with Feet is like such a talent. He does not get enough appreciation. You know, he's supremely under talked about, I guess. Then we're gonna head over to the new Terrace Martin album. Terrace Martin, famous from his work on albums like Good Kid, Mad City. You know, famous with basically all of his work with Kendrick and other TDE artists, and also his group here, Dinner Party, with Robert Glasper, Ninth Wonder, Kamasi Washington, and Felix. You know, Felix featuring on a lot of these songs. Terrace Martin, he dropped a new album. This first one on here, Full Speed, features Drum and A$AP Ferg, and I had never realized how much like vocal chemistry Drum and A$AP Ferg would have on a song together, but my God, it is perfect. I mean, these guys should make a whole album together, in my opinion. Drum and A$AP Ferg, because their voices are just like hitting this tone that they like match. I'm like, dude, their voices like exist in the same font. And Terrace Martin recognized that and put them on the same song, titled Full Speed. Very 2016-esque feeling song, but it's great. It's great. Let's give it a little. I like to give a little previews here. Harmless.
Get some dessert and come to my show.
So it's, you know, sensual. It's a bit on the slower side, but I'm hearing this chemistry between Drum and A$AP Ferg, and like it's really resonating with me. And I had it's a good song. It's a good listen. I'll put it that way. It is a good listen, so I highly recommend it. We got one more song shout out here. Last song shout out came out nearly 2 weeks ago, over 2 weeks ago at this point. The new Big Hit album. Big Hit is the father of Hit Boy, California-based producer Hit Boy. Produced songs like Drunken Love by Beyonce and Paris by Jay-Z and Kanye. You know, hitmaker. I mean, Hit Boy. I didn't call it. There's another producer named Hitmaker. And I wasn't getting them confused just now. That's not what just happened. I was just saying that Hit Boy is a hitmaker, but I shouldn't say that because it's confusing. But Hit Boy is a fucking hitmaker. He isn't Hitmaker, but he is a hitmaker. And here's his dad's new album. It's fucking dope. I want to specifically shout out the song. Wait, which one is it? Beyond Solid? Beyond Solid. I mean, this is catchy as shit, bro. This song's banging, dude. Like,
nothing over
the hook on it is fire, dude. I mean, this is the banger of the week. That's a new segment. I could find bangers of the week. Sometimes I have worst music of the week. I don't have any worst music of the week today, but I do have a banger of the week, and that one is Beyond Solid by Big Hit. So go check out the new album. I think he's in jail right now, currently in jail. I think, unless there's like updates that happen that I'm not aware of. But last I heard, Big Hit got put back in jail. He was in there. He was locked up for like 10 years, got out, and then was right back in jail within a year. So, you know, thoughts and prayers to Big Hit. And we're gonna keep Beyond Solid in our rotation. All right. Okay. I think I'm gonna end it there. I think I'm gonna cap it there. We did a lot today. Scratched Up Live, number 33. I am super appreciative of Almighty M80 giving us time. Super, super happy with the interview that we did with him. If you weren't able to really hear or catch the last half of the interview on YouTube, make sure you go to Almighty M80's Instagram page, where hopefully he saved our video there. Hopefully he saved the live. I'm sure he would. And you can catch the rest of the interview on Instagram. And while you're at it, follow Quarter Day Recordings on Instagram as well, at Quarter Day Recordings. Also, if you're watching this right now, give this video a thumbs up, please. Not only does it help me, and that's obvious, but it helps your YouTube algorithm. It lets your YouTube algorithm know that you are interested in content like this. I put a lot of metadata into the description and segments of my video, so YouTube knows what I talked about. And if you like this video because you like the content that I did here, YouTube will then know to recommend you content based on this content. So that's how it works. It helps me out, it helps you out. Give this video a like, or a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want more of this type of content, and follow us on social media. All the links are in the description. Okay. That's all I got. That's all I got. Have a good night, folks. See you next week.